Hey there.
Hey.
Nice to see you. What's going on? Nice to see you.
Nice to
How are you?
I'm good.
Regarding that scheduled after-show activity today, I'm out.
Already?
That's right.
Wow.
Well, I can't.
Dredging on the way in.
What were you doing?
Oh, little journey up to Capitol Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't make her, huh?
Can't make her.
Yeah.
Can't go to the loop? What?
I'm out.
Is there a poker tournament or something?
Almost as big as that.
Oh, you're watching paint dry today.
Right.
That's right.
I got to mow the lawn.
Yeah. While you're sitting on your couch?
That didn't sound fun around 5:30 today, driving in.
Oh, jeez. You thought about it driving in?
I did, yeah.
That we had it scheduled for after the show? Yeah. Well, we'll call him.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. But if you go, give him my best. I can't make it. Gotta watch my son.
You got things to do.
Right.
Well, if you don't go, it's really not fun.
Oh, jeez. Why wouldn't it not be fun if
I
it
don't
adds to the
know.
fun? Anyhow, just Stephen, give him my best.
Okay.
And,
Can I give him the flowers on you?
oh, jeez, that's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not getting flowers, are we?
There was
Flowers
talk, Terry, there was
for-
talk after yesterday's show that after today's show we'd make a run up to the Capitol Hill Hospital, you know, the gay hospital.
Right.
And Our Lady of the Gay Queen. And we're going to visit gay phone operator, but
that's nice
I
of
can't. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. You got to get my back.
It's really out of the way.
Oh, jeez.
No parking.
I
it is
can't.
Well, there is no
so
parking.
hard.
That
You're
is tough.
absolutely right.
I would go, but I can't go.
Okay.
Right. Anyhow.
What are you doing? That's what I'm doing, too.
Yeah. I'm watching my son.
I'm doing that, too.
Okay.
You need two people.
Paint drying house at your place today?
Oh, jeez.
Paint drying watching at your house today?
It really wasn't.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Try it one more time.
I don't even think that was right.
Yeah, it wasn't. You could try to predict it wasn't going to be that big a deal that you had to correct it. Anyway,
Dump.
how are you doing there, Terrence?
Doing good.
Everything all right?
Everything's good.
You're not going back to the hospital anytime soon, right?
Thank goodness, no.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
No, none of that. I think I'm all done.
Are you going to go visit the big gay redhead? The big, chubby, redheaded, homosexual, stomach-stapled man?
Well, I was thinking about it, yes, but I was thinking about it today. I didn't know you guys were going.
Well, then there you go. Jump in the car with Stevie
Wow.
Boy and head on up. I think Steven's going. He's a nice guy. He's a
is.
nice boy.
Actually, he is.
Yes. Steven, you're such a
And
nice
he's very
boy.
thoughtful.
So you're going, right, Steven?
Well, I was planning on it.
Okay. So you and Steven
I
are...
have my hospital clothes on.
Well, I think Steven realizes there's a setup for you two to head on up, holding hands together, skipping up Denny Way and stopping along the way for a little bite.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
stop at the former billboard.
Yes.
I'll bite him.
Yes. Wow, Steven.
Lucky day.
Lucky day for who there, Stevie? For you? For Terry? For what?
Hopefully they have some empty rooms.
Yes, you can make like nightingales.
I'm going now.
I'm in. No. Anyway. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was so tough for people to come see me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
jeez.
Wow.
That's what you're going to get.
And May the Pooh, you're obviously going again today, right?
I'm working all day today. That's what
A lot of mail to sort.
huge
Yes.
amounts of mail.
We should go now. I mean, so we can...
We could all go now.
Steven, you want to go now? That's fine. If you don't want to... Steven obviously doesn't want his after-show hours to be cut into.
My
go
free
ahead.
time.
I'm not stopping you. Go now.
Well, he does have
Well,
a
no, I
job,
was-
too, that he has to
No.
get
Go
home to
now.
as
You
well.
want to go now?
I
Go
don't
now.
wanna go now.
You
I
just said we should
I said
go
we
now.
should send Vinny now, is what I said.
I think you know Vinny doesn't want to go during show hours or after hours. You want to go now. You even said yesterday when we discussed going after the show, we'll throw him under the bus here, because it's the truth, that we should go during the show instead of after the show so it doesn't cut into our private time.
Well, I was thinking it would be interesting to do it on the air because the listeners may want to care and see how he was doing.
Well, you hear him on the phone. That's not what it was. You specifically said you didn't want to cut into your after-hour time.
Are you guys
Well,
gonna
we all
take-
laugh. I mean, we knew it was kind of a joke. But
Are you guys going to take
it's a joke.
even after the show, I'm not allowed to joke anymore.
Wow. Are you guys taking pictures so that we can put them on the website so people can see how
Yeah,
he's
that's what we
doing
do. We
and on
put
the
stuff on our website. Steven,
I didn't know we had a website.
I'm telling you to go now.
Well, I don't want to go now. I want to be here with you now.
Oh, jeez.
He wants to cuddle.
What's his gay room number? Let's see if he's listening to all this.
Well, you know what's interesting is that even if I were not to go because Scott sits over and goes, she ain't going, he never once the whole time I was in the hospital for a month
Oh, jeez.
came up there at
Who
all.
did? Who didn't? Gay?
The gayest.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Not ever.
Well,
Didn't even get a phone call.
Well, then it'd actually be wrong of you to go.
So-
It'd be a mistake for you to go. If that's the case, if he didn't even give you a phone call in your
Not even a
hospital
phone
room,
call. Didn't
and
get
you went,
flowers
you,
from him, candy, food, nothing.
you'd be a fool to go. Well, you're not getting candy or food from him, but you'd be a fool. If I was you, I would think I would be a fool to go if he didn't even call. I mean, maybe if he called, then you could justify in your head, well, he's so big and he always complains about he can't walk.
didn't call.
Well, that makes sense.
Not once, a whole month.
You'd be a fool to go.
Not a week, a whole month.
A
I was
Terry-free
there.
fool.
But the reality is, the way his mind works, even though he didn't call you, didn't care about you, didn't stop, didn't visit, didn't send any cards or flowers, if you didn't go, he'd think it was so wrong in his
Right.
mind.
No,
Right,
he would.
exactly.
You're absolutely right. He would.
And that's only extra reason why you shouldn't go. If you went, I mean, I would think you are. I don't want to say the word dumb, Terry, but it is. I mean, you're not dumb. Well, anyway,
That's up to you.
how could you go
But, yeah.
knowing that you were there for a month?
I know.
He's
whole
only been there a
month.
few days.
I mean, and the thing is,
He's fine.
And I would. And
You were in trouble.
right. And I'm right by. I mean, I'm not that far from where he is.
And you were getting blood transfusion after blood
11
transfusion.
of them.
Oh, jeez. Well, I don't even know how you're thinking about going.
Yeah, he lived right by there, too.
Yeah,
when you
he
were there.
did. Yeah, and if he can make it up to Fruit Loop,
We've had apparently listeners that have visited gay in the hospital already.
no,
Wow.
stop
So they're
it.
doing the job for us. Yeah, we got a couple online right now.
Really?
All the way, May.
Hey,
She
Tina.
did not go. Really?
Did you go?
Yes, I went and I sent you guys some pictures.
You sent us pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, there you go. You guys don't have to go.
What?
My DSL, oh jeez, knows not to download those pictures.
Wow.
I sent to Steven, Dickhead, something like that.
Dickhead?
Steven, Dickhead,
Mm-hmm.
Steven, and you and Pasty.
Cute, May.
Wow. Stephen, why don't you tell us you had pictures from listeners?
I didn't open them. I didn't know who they were from.
Oh. So you thought it was a virus?
I did.
Wow.
So she
I got
deleted
an
them.
email from Wang Yu. I didn't know. I mean, I
Wow.
don't know anybody with that name.
May,
so.
like many guys out there, he thought you were about to give him a virus.
Right.
And you did, and there was no message that said, "Hey, this is May. Here's the pictures of gay."
Oh, jeez.
So,
Hey,
No,
this is
I didn't.
What is
I
she,
didn't.
Dr. Seuss?
well, I mean, but she
Where
could
can you retrieve it?
put a little
Can you
pleasantry on there so we know who
Yeah,
it's
that-
from.
Can you
Yeah.
retrieve it, Stephen?
I'm getting it right
Oh,
now.
jeez, I don't care. Anyway, I'm not going. That's that.
Oh.
Oh, now you're not going.
No,
Okay.
he
that's how I
looks
started the show.
pretty
No, I'm not going.
I-
What?
I took my kids with me to
Right.
show them if they keep eating ice cream, that's what they go through.
Jeez.
What did
That's
you say?
So she brought her,
brought her kids to show them if they keep eating ice cream, this is what they're trying to.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why you went for visual aid, for an example, for
As a teaching device.
yes,
Look at him in the bed.
interesting.
Well,
Funny.
How long did you spend in his room?
I was in his room about maybe less than an hour.
Wow,
An hour?
That's a long time.
I don't know.
Man, I was thinking if we went, we would only have to spend maybe 5-10 minutes there.
Way less than an hour.
And
But then, the American Idol was on, so he wanted to watch TV, so we all left.
so he was like shooing you away.
Kicked you out. That's great.
Hey, he hates American Idol.
Huh?
Never mind. Anyway, all right, man. Well, it's very nice of you. Yes, listeners are going to visit him on the Capitol Hill Hospital grounds
That
there.
is crazy.
He encompasses the whole bed there.
Terry,
Yes.
what do you expect?
Him to be a sliver?
That's pretty amazing, though.
Think about it. I mean, how are you sitting there even contemplating going, knowing that you were in the hospital for, 6 weeks? Never even called you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, she could be the bigger person.
Yeah, that's
show
what I
him
was.
what's right.
That's what I
possible.
was gonna try. and
Just
do.
show him the right way to be in life.
And he's going to learn?
Maybe. Mm-hmm. Now he sees how it feels.
Right. Terry, you've made my heart grow three times the size. Come on.
Some people wish to be a superstar, wish to have a fancy car, wish to have...
Ex-Jess is all smiles right about now, reports Hot Stuff. She's doing the Angelina thing and helping out needy kids.
Oh.
Miss Simpson's heading to D.C. to lobby Congress for funding for Operation Smile, a group that helps kids with facial abnormalities.
That's going to be her calling. That's going to be her cause. Facial abnormalities, Terry.
Well, that's
wow.
good. That's a good cause. Actually.
I'm not sure what it is. Maybe I don't even know if Jessica's sure what it is. If she wakes up with a pimple, does she think that's a facial abnormality?
Well, for her,
I'm hideous.
for her, yes, but for kids, no. They're probably talking about,
Like what?
like what is it when it's like not a cleft chin, but it's on their lip where they're missing part of their lip or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
and they've got growths and stuff. That kind of
So
thing.
all kinds of
different, like
big facial abnormalities.
yes.
Huh. All right.
It's not the same as Angelina Jolie. It's not the same as needy kids.
Right.
You can have a bad face and have lots of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
But these are like kids who actually like have to undergo like
Surgery and procedures to correct abnormalities.
Yeah.
And that's where Jess's heart is.
And I guess so.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Facial abnormalities.
Right. So it's not just a wash with the Proactive and everything's fine.
I see.
She's good at getting rid of them, though. She got rid of Nick.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't get it. Anyhow.
I guess he's a facial abnormality.
I think that's what he's trying to say.
Abnormality, or whatever the word is.
Okay.
Abnormality.
Yeah, it's not been a good start for the day for you, Steve, but that's all right. Anyhow. You had a great end of the day yesterday, so it's all balancing out. What else is going on besides Jessica and the calling she's going to embrace, and she will not rest until there is not a facial abnormality left on the planet, Terry. I believe she can get it done.
Oh, that's good.
The days of facial abnormalities are coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
You freaks are an endangered species.
Wow.
I mean, you freaks. That includes me, by the way. Anyhow.
I have more news on Nick and Jess. I have some news about Nick Lachey, apparently.
I'm half freak, so I can say.
Okay.
Yeah. What? What's
Oh,
that?
that's right, the
You're
growth on the back.
Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, no one's helped me on that one.
I know. When's that going to happen?
I need someone to champion the cause of backle abnormalities.
Spackle?
Yes.
Is that kind of like spackle?
It's like facial, but different. Yes, what's that now?
Anyway, rumor had it that Kristen Cavallari from Laguna Beach and Nick Lachey were like an item.
Beach.
And
Yes.
she told People Magazine, absolutely not. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing going on. He's a nice guy. But
Where are we at with Laguna Beach? Is season over or what? It's over for me. That's all I know.
Yeah?
Anyone is
That's been over for a while.
Yeah, they're not doing any new ones lately, are they?
No.
Anyone see Real World last night? I got a TiVo. I didn't watch it yet.
No.
Anyone say it? No one's in? I'm in.
I see the reruns.
You saw what?
I said, I'll see the reruns.
You see what reruns?
I said, I'll see the reruns.
Of what?
Of Real World. It'll be on for like the next week.
Yeah, well, that's true. I don't know why TiVo. It's going to be on 17 more times this week.
Well, you got
No
to see
need
the
to
first
save.
one, though.
Yeah, I gotta tape the first one. I can't watch a rerun. Mm-hmm. But I did. I TiVo'd it, and you make a great point. What is the reason why I TiVo'd it?
Right.
When it's going to be on 16 times today. And,
So the rumor about him and the Laguna Beach star is
false.
Is false. However, Life and Style magazine, who by the way cannot stand Tom Cruise because they're always negative about him, they're saying that Nick and Jess are gonna try and get back together again.
right. Well, there's always
Call it
one.
truth.
There's always one attempt at reconciliation. There's always one effective attempt at reconciliation. It never takes for the long haul. Kind of like marriages these days in general.
Yeah.
But there's always that obligatory, that mandatory attempt. So that I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. If it's going to start happening now, very predictable, very normal,
Right.
not going to work.
On the cover, it says that he surprised Jess with an emotional confession, and she forgives him. Okay, whatever.
Well, that's why she's going to take on the cause of facial abnormalities, because in future days, when he actually has a new live-in girlfriend, she's going to be sending pamphlets to their home. Just to taunt him and her. I heard you might be needing this. We think we can help you, bitch. What else? What else is going on besides Nick and Yes?
This is something kind of interesting about Terry Hatcher. Apparently, just recently in the upcoming issue of Vanity Fair, she
Right.
revealed that she was molested by an uncle 35 years ago when she was about 5.
Who is this now?
Terry Hatcher.
Was molested by an uncle?
Yes.
When she was 35?
No.
Oh.
It happened when she was 5.
When she was 5.
Yeah. It happened 35 years ago.
She was molested by an uncle?
Yes.
Well, who was it?
Oh, my God.
Who was it?
And what's kind of cool about this, though, is that she actually helped put him behind jail. Behind bars
Right.
in jail. Whoa. Because she heard back in 2002 that her 14-year-old cousin also was molested
By the
this-
same guy?
Yeah, and that cousin committed suicide.
Oh,
So
geez.
she stepped forward and,
Yes.
put him.
What are uncles for? All right, here are my balls. Go ahead.
Wow. Here are my balls.
That's right. What are uncles for? Winnie the Pooh? What are uncles for?
Hopefully,
They don't bring you gifts?
No,
Well,
they
they're
don't.
supposed to bring you, like,
No, that's grandmothers and grandfathers. They buy you the gifts and they give you the little checks.
Parental support.
Yes, they're supposed to be parental support.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know what uncles are for. It's like an appendix. What are uncles for?
you don't need them.
You don't need them.
Well,
They're
but
nice to have around, I guess, to eat your food at Thanksgiving if you like that. But And I guess
Is that kind of the same then as...
rich uncles, how many of us have them? Rich uncles actually are nice to have, but how many of us, none of us have that, so what are uncles for?
Not sure.
Not that I'm saying that I don't have an appreciation for my uncles, Terry.
Right.
What have they done for me? Come on. Here the balls go.
Here the balls.
Everybody's got a weird uncle, right? I mean, come on.
Oh, my goodness.
Amanda Pooh, when are you going to finally try out for one of these shows that I'm watching all the... Why aren't you trying out for Real World and Laguna Beach? And I don't
know.
Well, when are you going to try? Have you ever thought about trying out for Real World or something like that? Or setting in a tape or something?
No, I wouldn't know the processes of...
I mean, you're an interesting guy. Get lined up every day. Come on. You got it all working. You never thought about that.
Maybe I should try next season or something.
That would be kind of cool, you know.
I hear this to the last season. Yeah, they said at the beginning of it all that they were going to do 16 seasons and that's it.
Yeah, right.
Draw the line.
We're done, yeah.
Uh-huh.
We should help him with the process.
Well, one of those shows. I mean, you're 21, you're young, you're charismatic.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
I mean, have they ever had...
You never thought of this. You're just thinking of it for the first time now.
Well, I mean, I watched the song. I was like, well, that doesn't look that hard to just...
Could you see yourself in one of those houses?
I could.
Living life?
Yeah.
Bringing something to the table?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to be like... Because you know how... Because like after the first couple episodes, everybody kind of gets their position. Like, oh, she's the slut and this dude's the alcoholic. And this dude is the dude who drinks too much and beats people up. And like, you know how people get their positions?
They get their label, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just trying to think what label I would get like off the bat, you know?
Well, I think... If you're going to do it next year or a couple years, that'd be probably perfect timing for Stephen Trout for Biggest Loser. And
oh, wow. We could have just reality.
We could just have everyone be on a reality show.
That'd be awesome.
Interesting.
I would love to see Stephen.
Got no audible sound out of Stephen when I said that.
Oh, I didn't know you needed something. What do you need? You need me to laugh at that?
I thought maybe get a little chuckle out of that. Because
that
would,
so funny.
That would imply you'd be over 300 pounds by next year. And I guess you thought it was pretty probable. Anyway. I was just wondering if you think you could bring anything to the table on those shows. I think you could.
I mean, have they ever had a DJ, club DJ be on?
Yeah, but that's probably going to be an interesting angle.
Yeah.
Club DJ guy.
Yeah.
Club DJ guy.
Yeah. What label are you worried about? Are you worried about the alcoholic label? Are you worried about the bitch, the slut label? What are you worried about?
I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I just didn't know what I wanted to be. I just didn't know which one.
You were afraid of what they would label you as. What do you think the options are? What do you think they would narrow it down to?
I don't know if they would make a new label for me. Like,
You're worried about a new label.
The anorexic
kid. The anorexic guy.
Whoa, would that be something?
I don't know.
He doesn't eat.
I know. Talking behind my back. I don't know.
I'm seeing more of his shoulder blades today. You're worried about being the first anorexic guy on reality TV. Yeah, really, I can't think of an anorexic guy on reality TV, Terry.
Never seen
an anorexic guy on the planet.
Yeah,
although
really
anorexia is rising in men.
Is that right?
Yes, and bulimia.
David, you attest to that? Or?
I can, yes.
Oh, jeez. Stephen's totally out of his game this morning. Is there something bothering you on your mind this morning, Stephen? Maybe we can help you with or no?
Not at all. I'm just listening to your fine conversation.
Oh, are you upset that we haven't suggested that you try out for one of these reality TV shows?
Well, you did actually suggest that.
That was just kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, was it?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, you just seem like you're out of it. You're out of sorts.
I'm not at all.
I'm just wondering if there's anything we can do. Maybe I bring up a frosty beverage or...
Maybe you had a rough night with the baby.
Didn't at all, actually.
Oh, that's
baby
good.
Keep you up last night?
No.
You a little surly this morning?
No.
Maybe need a new pair of shoes?
No, I think my shoes are fine.
You're not the baby, but that's all right. You seem a little testy. And
what have I done that's been tested?
Okay, it wouldn't be obvious to the listening audience, but we know you well enough now after all these years to know when you're in a Stephen Kilbreth testy type moment.
You said he has a little test.
And this is one of them. So I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to be neighborly and and ask you if there's anything we can do. If that's going to bother you even more, then I won't even ask.
No, I'm not bothered at all. I don't know.
It sounds like you are.
Okay. Well, I can't help how I sound, I guess. Because I don't feel bothered.
You don't. You're your old self. Typical day, nothing
Well,
abnormal.
you're talking about the real world. I don't watch the show, so I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't really contribute. So I was sitting
Never
back
stopped you
listening.
before. All right, anyway. I'm we're all fine then.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm. So nothing at home is on your mind?
No.
All right. We'll move on then.
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
All right. Then we won't.
You can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird right now.
I'm not sure why. If I made it that way, I apologize.
Could take more than that.
Maybe he should go up to the hospital now. Since things are so awkward.
Is that on your mind? You miss Gay?
Do you think I made it awkward, Terry?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Well, no, she's laughing. I'm just wondering why she's laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was just trying to
She's not
make
laughing
things
at you, Stephen. It's
right,
okay.
but,
Well, no,
you
I'm just
know.
wondering what, because you seem to think that there's awkwardness as well.
You're amongst some friends.
Not really, actually.
Oh, wow.
That's the tough thing.
So you're worried? Your belief is that you're not amongst a entire grouping of friends
I'm
here?
sitting here by myself.
Oh,
How
geez.
can I be among anybody?
Well, I don't necessarily mean literally.
Oh,
In the
figuratively?
figurative sense. We're all on the radio together, and you're amongst your friends.
I think 2 of the 5 of you are friends.
Oh!
Wow.
5?
Oh,
yeah.
Fine.
Huh.
All right.
Okay.
Do we eliminate Pace?
Oh, boy.
No, Pacey's a friend.
Pacey's a friend, so
Pacey's
he's
a
a definite
friend.
one? Okay.
Wow, one
I guess
of us.
I'm not. I
So
think
that means
I'm out.
that means either I know I'm not going to.
I'm pretty sure not.
So that means either one of you two is out.
I think
out.
I'm out.
No, I think he considers you a friend, Terry. After all these years,
Whoa.
all the mileage you put on you. Come on, Stephen, you wouldn't do all the things you two have done together and not consider Terry a friend, right?
I wouldn't think so. But you never know.
And obviously you
Maybe
consider
it's
Pasty
Vinny.
a friend because you
Oh, it's
can't
a-
not be friends with Pasty. He's
Right.
the most likable, clear, white guy in the world.
Most likable, clear white guy.
So
Sure
we're
loves
assuming
that label.
Pasty was one of the 2 of the 5, right?
Could be.
Okay.
You never know.
Another Anglo-Saxon Christian buddy.
Anglo what?
Yeah, and he's all on the same political side as you. You got to consider him a friend, right?
You never know.
Oh, jeez.
I hate pasty too. That's how he's thinking.
I'm down to 1.
That's weird. That hurt.
An Oregon mother bought a piñata as a fun game for her daughter's first birthday party.
Oh!
But when that piñata finally
I don't
broke,
see how you can have a fun time with a piñata at a 1-year-old's birthday party, Terry. I just had one a month ago. Unless you're throwing the kids, like, at it.
Kid, here you go.
Unless you're just picking up kids and throwing them full speed at the piñata. Well, what are they going to do with the piñata?
Well, obviously they must have had older kids there that
I
could swing the stick.
They said a 1-year-old's birthday party, Terry. I don't know.
that-
One of the 1-year-olds inside of it.
an Oregon mother bought a piñata as a fun game for her daughter's first birthday party.
Right.
But when that piñata finally broke,
What is it?
there wasn't candy inside. This piñata was stuffed with images the mom said were definitely not for kids. Inside, ads for a tropical location. They included a man and woman hugging, but the woman doesn't have a top on.
Well, they should have bought your piñata at Lover's Package, Terry, and you wouldn't have this problem, right?
Oh, I guess not.
April Martinez could not believe it.
Frustrated, angry. It's like, oh my gosh, this is for children. It's not for an adult.
When you shake it, if they're just pamphlets or whatever was in there, don't you see or feel that there's no candy in there? That doesn't sound right? Don't you shake your piñatas before you break them? Don't you do what normal people do with their piñatas and shake it all about?
Wow.
I thought you could fill it with whatever you wanted. Like, you can open it
Yeah.
somehow.
I didn't know you could buy them at a bakery either.
Yeah, I don't know. She must have got some big discount.
Yeah, sounds like it.
2 cakes and we'll throw in this piñata.
Frustrated, angry. It's like, oh my gosh, this is for children. It's not for an adult. What kind of people would do that?
Now, the bakery where Martinez bought it said they're just as shocked as she was. They said they got the piñata from a woman who buys bread there, and they're not sure how the pictures got inside. Martinez said she just wanted an apology, but so far hasn't gotten one.
Maybe a little store credit also.
Right, well, whatever. She ain't getting any of it. People sitting around wanting an apology.
At the bakery.
Yes.
That's the best deal ever.
Okay, you're entitled to 6 black and white cookies. Here you go.
Oh, those are good.
Ah, those are nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Love baked goods.
Oh. Terry,
Yes,
she's very disturbed by the piñata situation.
I know that.
But something tells me she'll be able to move on with her freaking life.
I would hope so.
Lord. I want an apology. Why? Shut up.
The 1-year-old won't even remember it.
Okay.
So who cares?
Well, but it's all the other parents and stuff that were there who will remember.
No, and the 1-year-old's a 17-year-old drug addict. They're going to ask him wide. It was the pinata when I was one, all right? Leave me alone! I never had a chance! We never even got an apology! What else is going on?
Or store credit.
Please, we got 12 muffins! What else is going on?
Got some news about Bam Margera. He was
Crazy man.
Yeah, arrested at the L.A. International Airport for being too drunk to fly.
Oh, geez. They can arrest you for that?
Yeah.
Why do you need to be the right amount of drunkenness to fly? Why can't you be too drunk and fly? Because you're a danger to other passengers.
Yes.
I see. All right, well.
Become belligerent on the plane and stuff like that.
Yes.
Obnoxious.
So they can keep you off planes for being too drunk to fly.
They sure can.
They can evaluate you on your way on to the ramp and runway, whatever they call that little strip of land that leads you onto the plane. What do they call that? The
tarmac or
the
something?
Tarmac, the
Jetway.
The jetway, sure. These all are working.
Any other words?
They can put up the big arm and say, sorry, you're too drunk to fly.
They sure can.
Huh.
Not only that, but he was also carrying some brass knuckles that he claimed he didn't know that he had in his bag, and B, he got as a gift.
I was just about to ask, why would you have brass knuckles? Not that the gift idea of it brings it more clear to me. Well, why would anyone give you brass knuckles as a gift?
I don't know.
I know you've always wanted these. You can have them.
Maybe he collects them.
They're a family heirloom, but you want them more than I do. Here you go. Well, wow, he collects brass knuckles?
Maybe I don't know. He's Bam.
You ever get in a fight and just stick on some brass knuckles and be like, okay, now what?
Yeah, all the time over there. He's watching.
Let me ask you this: have you ever had brass knuckles on your hand at all at any time in your life?
No, I've seen them.
Anyone here?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Really? Vinny the Pooh and Hopscotch have both had on a pair of brass knuckles.
Yes.
Are they called a pair of brass knuckles when they're 5 knuckles?
I don't think it makes. I don't know. It's not called a pair. I don't think.
You just have.
Terry just said he was caught with a pair of brass knuckles.
No, I just said brass knuckles.
Oh, so you don't call it a pair of brass
No.
knuckles? No. If you had 2.
It's
one for each hand, it would be a pair of brass knuckles.
Yes.
Right. It's like a pair of jeans. It's still one piece of clothing.
Right.
That's how they call it that.
Well, it's because it's 2 pant legs. But anyway.
It's one piece of clothing.
Yeah, but it's 2 pant legs.
Well, it sounded kind of
that's called pants, even though each leg is a pant.
But you only buy one pair.
I understand.
It's sold as a pair, like as one thing together.
Then why aren't they called jean and pant?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a good question. That's actually pretty good.
Because if you had one leg, you would buy a pair of pants. Or you buy pants.
You wouldn't buy pants.
But you buy 2 for both legs, it's a pair of pants.
That's why it's a pair of underwear.
It makes no sense to me either.
No.
At least that's
I understand the logic behind it, but it should change.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Well, I mean, shirts have 2 sleeves, so I'm going to go buy a shirts.
A pair of shirts.
Doesn't make any sense. Right.
Shirts.
Same with knuckles.
All right, anyhow.
Knuckles,
Actually, shirts have 3 holes.
Oh, geez.
Sleeves.
But
Why?
brass knuckles you have.
Man.
When you put on brass knuckles, did you ever punch anyone with them?
No, I punch like something like a wall or like a pillow or something. Just see what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the sense that if you actually punched someone in the head, that it would do twice or more damage?
Oh yeah, I'd kill him.
You'd kill him?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
If you hit him
steel
right.
all over your fingers. You hit him right.
Yeah, you're not going to kill him.
Well, if you hit him in the temple.
I think
Well, if
you
you
could
hit
kill
someone
him.
in the temple without brass knuckles, you can kill him, technically, but...
It's just
It's
easier
going
with
to
the
hurt
brass
a
knuckles.
lot more with brass knuckles.
Well, I bet you it would hurt more. I'll go with that one. It would hurt a lot more. But that's my question. How much more would it hurt?
A lot.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Big advantage.
Let's qualify somebody by hitting them with
All right,
brass
first person to come down and be willing to be punched full force with brass knuckles will be qualified.
Wow, what a deal.
So it's serious equipment to fight with.
Yes.
It's not some little gag joke kind of thing.
No. Not the ones I saw.
And by the way, with Bam...
I know it's a weapon, but as far as weapons go, if you're in a street fight and you have brass knuckles and the other guy has, like, not the biggest knife, like a little Swiss Army kind of deal, obviously you're in trouble.
It's whoever gets to whoever first.
Yeah, but even if you... No, but I don't think that's true, because even if you get to them first with the brass knuckles, you get a clean shot on their head, still I think they have an advantage with the knife.
If it's a clean shot on their head,
Clean shot on their
They're
head.
knocked out.
knocked out. Either that or seriously opening someone's
brass
face
knuckles,
up.
though?
I just told you, I've never seen them. I've seen them on TV.
They're pretty serious.
They are. And they're heavy.
I think the only thing that beats it is a gun.
And it adds more weight to your punch.
You think the only thing that beats brass knuckles is a gun?
As far as weapons go?
You know, it's Steven on street fights. It's really not.
I'll take a sword over
A sword?
knuckles. In a fight.
A long sword.
You're telling me you take brass knuckles over a low switchblade in a fight? No way. No way.
No, I'd probably take the knife.
How about Chinese Star?
I'm taking nunchucks over that.
Definitely nunchucks.
I'll take a Chinese star over nunchucks any day.
Anyway, people.
But you got to know how to throw it.
You got to know how to throw it.
Yeah, you can throw it by accident and do well with it.
No.
Yeah, but you're going to hit the wrong person.
Oh, thank you, Pasty. Pasty Dave printed me out a picture of brass knuckles. Like, I don't know what they look like. Of course I know. I just never had them on, is what I'm saying.
Sometimes you can get them with the on the knuckles. They got like kind of like serrated little parts.
Well, if you have little knives,
gosh.
if you have little spears on the end of your knuckles, that would be...
It's like little
And then on
serrated.
the end of the spears, I have a grenade on each one.
if you have a nuclear weapon on the end of the grenade,
Yeah.
then you can take out a whole country. But
Can I just tell you that
Grenades
he
have
was...
lasers on them. Censored.
what's that now, Terry?
Bam, who, that's how we got started on the whole brass knuckles little talk.
It's his fault. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up being charged with unlawful possession of a dangerous weapon.
How dangerous?
Well,
I need to know.
It's a dangerous weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So...
See, I think in street fights, brass knuckles is like the bottom of the list of things you can go in with and expect to do well. I take baseball bat over brass knuckles easy.
Well, yeah, because you have more distance.
Right, that's true. All right, let me give you a better
something
example.
for short range.
Chain?
All right, let me
How
give you
about chain?
I take bicycle chain over
I mean,
brass knuckles.
that's still more distance. Like, what would you have?
So, bicycle chain is kind of weak, though.
But I can still hit Scott from over here. Compared to being all up
Yeah, but
on
if
him.
I swing and miss, though, then you got brass knuckle action on my head. I'm taking bicycle chain, though, and I'm going not looking back.
Well, but again, if you try to hit somebody with a bicycle chain, they could grab the bicycle chain, pull you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
Bam.
But I'm still taking it. I know the disadvantages of bicycle chain. Thank you, Terry.
Oh, well, I mean.
All right, if you don't like that example, I'm taking potted plant over
bag of nickels.
Yes, I'm taking bag o' nickels.
You're taking sharks with the lasers.
Taking turning the other way and running the hell out of it.
I'm taking my car.
Okay, I'm taking my car too.
I'm just saying, it's not much. I'm taking brass knuckles over. Brass knuckles is like the last pick in the dodgeball game when I'm making my picks. You know,
That's how good you are with your hands. I guess.
I'm great with my hands.
I mean, if you're a quick puncher, then the brass knuckles are.
We mean like in a fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was one punch temper for a while.
Oh, really?
That's right. Knock him out, lay him out, and then run for hell. I know what I'm talking about, though. You choose in the dividing up of the kickball game, as I gave you the analogy of. I'm choosing brass knuckles last on my team.
So brass knuckles standing out there all by himself.
Yeah, he's standing out there last.
I'm last one in.
Chinese star, come on.
Yeah.
Everyone's being
Nunchuck, you're in.
Everyone's being Chinese star's big time.
Those are cool.
The paper for the paper cut, that's coming before it.
I'm taking a Sunday rolled up New York Times over.
Oh,
Well, the thing with
a
with the brass knuckles, you could let's say you swing wild and you miss and you hit him in
Wild swing.
like the ribs or something.
Right.
Like,
You're still doing
you
some
break
damage.
you break his ribs.
I'm taking a spork over.
The spoon fork? A plastic one?
Which means you've just been at KFC. Great.
Yes. I'm stabbing it in your neck.
Well, I'm taking the wet nap.
I love those wet naps.
Wet naps are cool, man. I carry around wet naps with me.
Let's blow up the visit to Gaze to go to KFC today.
That'd be great. We should bring him a bucket of chicken.
In his honor.
You guys.
Now, a lot of people are calling in.
Yes.
I just opened the phone lines to see if anyone had a reaction to this, and I'm seeing all the lines lit up, Terry. Maybe they're calling to qualify for Vegas. I don't know these days. But I get the sense, I can just feel the phone lines when they're ringing, Terry.
Yes.
People want to chime in on where brass knuckles fall in on your street fight.
Hey, I'm with you on that. Mm-hmm. But again, you're picking last, so.
I'm picking them last.
Oh, well, I wouldn't pick him last.
They're the last pick of the draft.
All right.
They're the Lofa Tatupu of this draft, but Lofa Tatupu turned out to be really, well, he was second round pick, actually.
I'm going to make a rubber band gun. See how that works.
Aim it at his eye.
Yeah.
I'm taking miniature-sized stapler.
What?
Or maybe not.
What are you doing with that? Oh, ooh, ow.
Right in your forehead.
That hurts.
You're on the air.
Hey, you're all off base. The best thing for a street fight is a roll of quarters.
Roll of quarters.
They can't see it in your hand. You come up on them. They got a bat. They think you ain't got nothing on them. They're gonna keep from swinging it for a second. You get in tight with a roll of quarters and deck them on the chin, on the temple. They're out cold. It's
Roll of quarters, what? Taped to your knuckles or inside your fist?
Inside your hand.
Roll of quarters rolled up in your hand.
That's extra weight.
You got your
Same with the C battery.
Your fist clenched. Just tag them once.
The post saying C battery is the equivalent to roll of quarters. You agree, caller?
No, I don't, because I've had
quarters are
batteries
heavier.
before and they crush. I mean, roll of quarters is just like a solid, as long as you keep it from spitting out the end of your hand if you hit them hard enough. It's the best thing.
What if on the way to the fight you see a really cool gumball machine and you want to get a couple of pieces? Is that a problem or no?
Well, I mean, maybe half a roll might do half the damage if you're really hungry, but,
But then the half a roll becomes flimsy, and before you know it, while you're throwing, you're halfway through your punch, the quarters go flying.
I'm going to kick this guy's ass. Wait, an arcade.
And if you break a roll of quarters, you might as well just play video games with the rest.
Right.
Do the whole roll fight and then go have some fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and besides, you may want to wait on the gum because if you do get beat up by somebody bigger, you can't chew anyway.
There you go. Good point. Yes, well, you can get your last chew in. But anyway, thanks for the call. I appreciate your thoughts.
There you go.
Right on, T.
Yeah, take
Good
care.
luck, Gay.
Yes. Good luck, who?
Gay.
Oh,
Oh,
Gay.
Gay. Wow.
Wow.
Shout out to Gay.
Mm-hmm. Literally, yes. Man was shouting out. Matt is on the line, from what I understand. Yes, Matt.
Hey, T-Man.
How are you, sir?
I just wanted to let you know that Brass Knuckles would not be the last pick in a fight.
Okay. What are you taking over, Brad? What are you taking Brass Knuckles over?
Knives.
You're taking you're in a street fight, and you're taking Brass Knuckles over a knife.
Oh, yeah. I got a real good example, too, T-Man. All right. My friend went over to this other dude's house who was cheating on him.
Oh, jeez.
Like cheating on his girlfriend with him.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's a messed up sentence, but whatever.
No, I understand.
And he had a knife in his hand.
Yes.
And the dude came out with brass knuckles in his hand.
Now, I'm not saying this
with blades on them.
I'm not saying there's not going to be an example where Brass Knuckles beat knife in a fight, but I'm just saying over time, knife wins out over Brass Knuckles.
I mean, is that a new game, Brass Knuckles?
However, this guy's talking about Brass Knuckles with blades on the end of them, which makes a huge difference.
Right. It's not your ordinary Brass Knuckles.
Brass Knuckles with a 12-gauge shotgun can certainly do some damage.
Right.
So, all right, so your friend had, but okay, your guy's Brass Knuckles had blades on him, you just said.
Yeah, but he hit him in the ear, and it took his ear off completely.
Wow. And now he's painting in the south of France? Wow.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, thanks for the example.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that. This is a very sophisticated conversation. I'm glad we can keep it going. Who do you take? Last pick in the draft of your street fight situation.
Rocks?
You take rocks last? I don't know.
Oh,
Pick up and throw a rock at you?
Don't underestimate rocks.
When you got a guy on the ground, your elbow in his throat, you're pummeling him in the head with a rock.
Yeah.
Rocks can work.
Rocks come in very handy.
Maybe it's because Benny can't lift a rock.
Oh, wow.
It's like gravel.
Rock,
you know,
that's right.
You know what, Benny?
I mean-
Sounds like them a fighting words.
Those are serious fighting words.
But I'm just saying,
take it to the parking lot.
I'm shocked that he says no to a rock because you have distance, and if you're pretty good aim, you can seriously.
But if you're a horrible aim,
How about a bamboo
I'm just
pole
pissing you off.
over Brass Knuckles?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
like a staff?
Yes, like a staff that you see in a lot of in the martial arts movies. You take, let's say you don't know much martial arts.
Untrained with the staff.
Untrained. You still take a bamboo pole, a bamboo stick over Brass Knuckles?
No, I'm taking the knuckles.
You got the range, as Vinny likes to talk about. You got the range with the stick.
I can withstand one lick from a bamboo
Yeah.
pole.
It depends
If I
what
get
the other
licked
person
once,
got.
I can
I
stay
think
on
you
my
could
feet.
take a lick. You could take one swipe. You could take one flush hit with Brass Knuckles.
Not to
With
the
your
head.
standard pair, without any spikes, without any.
Not to the head. It would hurt so
Well, if
bad.
you get hit in the skull, yeah, you're right.
Or in the face.
But if you get hit in like the soft part of the lower face,
Broken jaw.
Yeah,
well, if you get hit in the jaw, square,
Well,
then
where's the soft part of your face?
Whatever.
all right. But the fleshy part, like between above the jaw, below the skull, I think you can handle that. And
Not like you have a diagram. Okay, hit me here.
You can still be
Bullseye.
You can still be an effective fighter after getting one flush hit with the Brass Knuckles.
Probably break your jaw.
Absolutely.
Well, if you get hit in the jaw, yeah, but you can still fight with a broken
Anywhere
jaw.
in the mouth, it's going to break your
Right
jaw.
here, like that'll knock out teeth.
You get hit in the nose, it's going to break your nose. You get hit in the eye, you're going to have a big old eye. You get hit in the skull, it could crack your skull, I imagine,
You're
if you
going
get
to see
hit
a
right.
flash of light and you'll be on the ground.
A flash of light?
I'm starting to see the value of Brass Knuckles.
I'm telling you, they're no joke.
I've never had a pair on. That's how I started this conversation.
I know.
So I don't know.
They're pretty cool.
I just know
Pretty good idea.
I've seen them, and I know they're heavy.
Here,
And
I really want to kick this guy's ass, but my hand isn't really hard enough. Let's put some steel around it.
Great concept. What about the brass knuckle with a real champion fighting cock on it?
Oh, yeah.
The cockfighting champion.
It's like the flamethrower. Like, God, I hate that guy. I really wish I could light him on fire from across the street. Here I go. Jeez.
There you go.
That's my first choice, the flamethrower.
Flamethrower is your first choice in the fight?
in a street fight.
Your first pick of the draft, you taking the flamethrower?
I'm out of gas. Oh, no. I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Yeah, you're hard pressed to lose a fight when you got the flamethrower on your side.
The T-Man.
For some, it's shopping sprees. Us Weekly says. For Nick Lachey, it's a dating spree.
Oh, man, I can't help but be jealous hearing that, Terry. The man's on a dating spree, just dating one little hot after the next.
Well, like I said.
I mean, he is kind of cheesy, but he is dating one little hot after the next,
Yeah,
Terry.
the dancing partner of Drew, and that's what we've been seeing with.
For some, it's shopping sprees. Us Weekly says. For Nick Lachey, it's a dating spree. The magazine claims the latest alleged lovely lady for Drew's brother is, drumroll please,
Oh, geez.
Laguna Beach beauty Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah, there you go, Terry. She's a total bitch, but way hot. Let's be honest. And if he's making it happen with her, you can't help be a little jealous, Terry.
Okay.
Right? You can't help it, right, Terry?
Sure.
Can't help be a little jealous.
Especially because he's like 32 and she's like 18. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, how old is he?
He's like 28.
Nick Lachey?
Yeah. 20 years old, yeah.
I thought he was like my age.
Whoa, not
What?
that.
That's why I'm jealous.
Is that why you're jealous?
He's like 28.
28?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
28.
because isn't Drew older?
I don't know.
I think Drew is
Please, Laguna Beach beauty Kristen Cavallari.
Right?
They went out on a couple dates. They spent those 2 nights at the W Hotel.
Oh, geez.
But I'm told that things have really cooled off, so I don't expect them to be walking red carpets together anytime soon.
Yeah, but if he has to take her out to dinner or something, which you probably had to do, that's got to be just nightmare city. She's got nothing to say. I mean, she may be hot, she may be total bitch action, Terry, which is a complimentary term I'm using it as because you just want to just bring her the ruckus in every way, shape, and form. But
Bitch action.
to sit across from her at a dinner table would just be a nightmare. What does she have to say?
So you may have a lot.
You do your Laguna Beach impersonation. He'd just be like, hey, you be her.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Can I touch myself if I'm her?
Wow.
How old is Nick? Do we find out, Pasty, how old Nick is?
Yeah, born in 73.
Which makes him what?
32.
He's 32?
Oh, really?
33, right? I'm 74, I'm 32.
Wow.
He's born in 73.
November 9th.
Yeah.
So he's older than I thought.
Wow.
Hitting 18-year-olds.
She 18?
Yeah, 19, she just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
She
Jeez.
maybe 20 at tops.
Wow.
How old is Jessica Simpson then?
She was born in 1980.
She's 26 now.
Yeah.
Gonna be 26.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that far apart.
That's years apart.
It's disgusting.
And Kristen Cavallari, born in 1987.
Oh, man.
It's disgusting. I'm 9.5 years older than my wife. That's disgusting, Terry.
Kristen's 19.
She's 19?
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
he's
cool, man.
32.
33
Wow,
and
he's
19.
getting it done.
So
then.
he's 13 years older than her?
Wow.
Yeah.
Pervosaurus Rex.
Mr. Cheese is getting it done.
Not that he has much to say at the dinner table either, Terry, so it may be a perfect match.
Well,
but it's just so unnecessary.
Well, maybe she's a very intelligent girl.
No.
Right.
Well,
Have you
I don't
seen
know.
the
I've
show?
never seen it, so I don't know.
He'd be like, so how's your life going? What are you doing? How you doing? How's your life?
What do you mean by that?
I'm just wondering where do you see your life going? You're 19, you're young, you're just starting out. I mean, besides this weekend, well, you know what we're going to do now. But what do you see yourself doing there? What do you see yourself doing?
I'm going to move to Hollywood and become an actress.
Oh, that sounds nice, yes. I've been acting like I was in love for the past 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you can coach me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll coach you, baby. Just wait till we finish this little piece of duck here.
I think you're giving Nick a little too much education and smartness there in this conversation.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't even know how to do an impersonation of Nick. He's so vanilla.
So vanilla.
I can't even think of how to do an impersonation of Nick.
They're a great couple.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe they just stare at each other and not say anything because neither one
Just
can
eat
talk.
their
Yeah.
duck. Just eat your pheasant and shut up and wait to get to the room.
Pheasant's good eating.
Mm-hmm. I've never had duck, but never will in my life. But
you never had duck?
Just picture for some reason them having duck. No, I can't eat a duck.
Why not?
Oh, quail. Oh, okay, yeah, I have that every night.
Well, I don't know.
Are you a duck lover? Or
No,
something?
I'm not a duck lover. I just can't order certain things when it's on a menu.
Deer?
Deer?
Yeah. I grew up in eastern Washington where they hunt, so.
We have deer on the menu?
Venison.
Well,
Filet of deer?
They kill baby deers and call it venison.
Yeah, there you
They
go.
call it what?
Venison.
Venison?
Yeah.
Baby deer.
Never heard of it.
Little
Baby
Bambi.
deer. Slice
Bambi's
Bambi's
being
head off and
served
cut it
up.
for hamburger.
Never heard of it. Never
People
seen.
love it, man.
Never seen Denison on a menu. Venison, whatever it is.
Yeah, no little Bambi.
No Bambi sautéed with baby carrots.
No ferrets or anything like that?
No ferrets, except the ones we saw crawling out of your butt.
How about at the steak place with the live lobster staring at you like, don't eat me? That's
I once went out with a girl who ate ostrich, and it freaked me out.
Really?
Oh, really?
Only to find out later that it's a very low-fat little piece of meat, but still. And so was she, by the way.
Aren't they all?
Is that what you discovered after dinner?
But
Where the hell do you order ostrich?
there are some things. You can order ostrich right at El Gaucho.
Really?
Yeah, at least you could back when I went.
Yeah, I think you still can.
Still can.
Take it home, make a pair of boots.
That's what she did with the leftovers. Yes. However, there are just certain things on a menu that are just out of the ordinary that I just can't all of a sudden decide to order.
Wow. Okay.
Like when you see the occasional duck there, I'm not sitting there going, oh, it's my opportunity to order duck. No, not happening.
Right.
Bring me a nice hardcore steak, baby.
It just tastes like chicken.
Bring me something that moves.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, cherry free comes out on a platter.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
With the big milkers.
Say something up with the big milkers. What's it now, Steven?
It tastes like chicken.
Yes.
That does.
Yeah.
It does.
Doesn't everything, including the girl from Laguna Beach. Anyway,
Really?
I'm sure.
Okay.
But we'd have to ask Nick, because I don't know.
Well, like I said, she also claims that there was really never an item thing.
Well, that doesn't mean they didn't have their weekend at the W.
Sure.
They didn't have their weekend at the W, Terry. It doesn't mean they didn't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a revolving door right now at the W.
Yes, man.
Cheryl Burke, this Laguna Beach chick.
Just save my room up there at the W.
Yeah, I
You
guess
never know
so.
when to stop in with the next hottie. That's a pretty good life right now for Nick. I can't lie. As cheesy and vanilla as he is, Terry, I can't lie and say that's not an enviable position that he's in.
Yeah, he's
That
getting
these,
it done.
These mainly white girls and one is she
Cheryl
full?
Burke
Is she
was
full
Filipino.
black?
No, she's
not
Filipino
black.
and something else.
She's got to have some black in her. Terry. She looks black.
No.
She's not black.
No.
What a disappointment. Anyhow, oh, it's not a bad spot to be in that all these women want to screw him, Terry. I don't know why, but I guess.
Maybe they feel bad for him. Oh, little Nikki. You know, that
I think they're
kind
saying they feel like they're sticking it to Jessica, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
She's
all
so
want to
hot,
stick it to
so-
Jessica, yes.
Yeah, I can do your husband, ex-husband. Watch this.
That's good that women are like that. For him.
Pretty much
Yes.
are.
I just got to get Angela's friends to feel that way. Anyway. I'm just
Would you do any of them?
playing on really. Huh?
Would you do
Are
any
you
of them?
crazy?
Well, I don't
What kind of
know.
guy do you think I am?
Well, if you guys had a horrible breakup or something like that.
Yeah, reserve my room with the W today. What?
If you had a horrible breakup, I mean, maybe that would happen.
It's not going to happen. Anyway.
Oh, we know that, but we're just...
Our breakup is going to be perfectly amenable. Anyway. I don't know what that means.
There's your 5%.
Anyway. No, it's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime or the next. Anyway.
that's so sweet.
Oh, thank you so much.
Or the next.
You're
Wow.
right.
Wow, you're expecting another lifetime to come back as a gnat? What?
As a gnat? Is that what you see yourself coming back as, Terry? Have you always thought about what you'd come back as and considered a gnat as a possible option?
High expectations.
Man.
Crazy.
Some would say you're a gnat in this lifetime.
Yeah,
Terry.
I pretty much am.
Not really. Anyhow, what else is going on in the
God's
world?
going to see Terry and go, boy, you'd be a perfect gnat.
Well, you never know.
Because, yeah, people do sit around. I have, and I'm sure just about everyone has, considering whether there's a life after this and what they may come back as, if not a human being. I've seen myself as, since you brought it up, as a deer terrier, just roaming through the woods.
Oh, little Bambi.
Right, being taken down with a big line. Anyway.
Until a big fat guy with a goatee and camouflage jacket shoots you in the head.
Right. Well, he's too busy shooting his friends, so don't worry about it.
Good.
What else is going on, Terry?
This is actually kind of local from the east side of the state there. A Spokane firefighter will not be criminally prosecuted after being accused of having sex with a 16-year-old girl that while on firehouse duty.
Wow. On firehouse.
While he,
Doing the Spokane stories, it helps you. Brings you back, doesn't it?
It does. It's
Our accent
scary.
comes back strong.
Oh,
Wow, on firehouse duty.
wow, on
I've
firehouse
seen that guy over there one time.
Did he? So, all right, let me see if I got
while he was on firehouse duty.
Let me see if I got this straight.
Yes.
Spokane, you said,
Spokane.
firefighter.
Yes.
Was having sexual intercourse
Yes.
in the firehouse with a spotted dog panting with a 16-year-old girl.
Yes.
And he's not going to be brought
He
up on
will
charges.
not be brought up on charges.
How can a firefighter have sex with a 16-year-old girl? while on duty.
While on duty?
In the firehouse.
Uh-huh.
With the pole lubed.
Wow.
You got to slide down quick for the fire, Terry.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You hate when you slide down and you get stuck halfway.
That's right. I mean, that's not very good for the people whose house is burning down. Now,
It's like the slip and slide with no water on it.
so
But all the people stack up behind the guy who's stuck.
So the pole is lubed, Terry, and the 16-year-old girl is
doing her pole action.
Yes, and sexual intercourse happens, and no one's denying sexual intercourse happened.
No one's denying, as far as this story is reporting.
Then how? I cannot begin to understand. Can there not be any charges that will be coming about?
I will explain that to you right now. Apparently, detectives there who did the investigation
They convinced everyone he was just teaching her how to handle the hose.
concluded
That's
that
harmless.
this 35-year-old firefighter, who is also married,
He's
by
a
the way.
35-year-old married firefighter?
Yes.
Terry, it's the same as me, except for the firefighter part.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That he
And the 16-year-old girl.
Right, yeah,
Right.
that too.
Yeah, at least right now.
Anyway, they concluded that do you want to know how?
I'm sorry. Yeah, everyone be quiet. Terry's reading a story, please. Yes, go ahead, Terry. Why was he not brought up on any charges?
They concluded, after the investigation was done, that he, quote-unquote, lacked the knowledge that this girl he met on an adult online dating website was 16.
So
she claims she was 18 in her profile on the website.
Right.
And which is, of course, you have to be 18 supposedly on this website to be on.
You have to click on, yes, I'm 18.
I am 18.
And once, so this is interesting, once a girl who's underage clicks on that, yes, I'm 18, all guys that screw them are off the hook?
At least in Spokane.
Because everyone clicks. I would imagine if the internet came out when I was under 18, I'd be clicking on these, yes,
Sure.
I'm 18, so I can get on the better website kind of thingy.
Absolutely you do. Right.
So this is an interesting precedent and dangerous one, perhaps.
Very much so.
Any girl who goes on one of these more adult-type websites is then fair game for any older man to take down because she clicked on she was 18, and obviously that gives the impression to everyone on the site that she's 18. And if you bring her to the firehouse, you can twist her up and not get in trouble.
Yeah. Apparently not over there. And it's upset a few people in Spokane. The Spokane Women's Coalition has planned a protest this morning outside of City Hall.
Outside of City Hall in Spokane.
Yes. Which, good for them.
You're applauding that.
Yes, because...
Well, let me ask you this, though. The guy honestly didn't know. Let's say I can convince you, and you found out for a fact that the guy thought that she was 18, 19 years old. That's legal. You're allowed to have sexual intercourse with a girl 18, 19 years old without any repercussions. Then, do you not have a problem with this story?
I have a problem with the fact that this is a 35-year-old man who's married.
Oh, everyone cheats, Terry. Come on.
And he's on a, online dating service.
Oh, jeez.
And
come on. Gotta look past that.
Granted, yes, this young
Man's
girl.
got to relax.
Oh, sure. Uh-huh.
The fact that he had to pick her up at the house because she didn't have her license yet, that's not good.
My mom will drive me. Could you drive me home?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put your bike in the trunk.
And no doubt.
You're going on the assumption that every dude out there should be able, what are you supposed to ID the girl? You're supposed to put a bracelet on her so she can come into the firehouse that says she's over 18? What?
First of all, dirty dog there, 35-year-old guy. I mean, you can tell, granted, yes, a 16-year-old nowadays can try their best to look.
A 16-year-old looks 35 these days, Terry.
Plenty of 35-year-olds have braces.
They do not.
Terry,
Good deal.
I'm asking you a direct question. I want a direct answer. Here's the direct question again. What if you were able to zone into this guy's brain and you were able to look in the compartments that made you able to determine that, yes, he was completely shocked when he found out that she wasn't 18, and had he known that, he would have never started up with her, but he thought she was 18. Yeah, he was married. But...
just gloss on over that.
Well, that's not
But
illegal,
that's not the
Terry.
point, and that's not the point of the story.
That's not illegal.
I understand that. You're right. But
it's wrong morally.
Right.
I guess in your mind.
Yeah.
But that's not illegal. The illegal part, the part that has the women protesting, I would hope, is that they don't believe, they think this guy's just trying to get off the hook by using the loophole that she jumped on that adult website, and he probably knew in the back of his mind she wasn't 18, but it didn't stop him.
Right.
I'm saying to you that hypothetically, and maybe very factually, he didn't know she wasn't 18. Do you have a problem with this then, aside from the moral problem that you would have?
Yes,
Do you have a legal problem with this? Of course you can't. You can't.
But the thing is, too, now...
He didn't know? He's not supposed to double ID her?
Even if she's 18...
Double ID her.
What if she...
Bonus ID?
Isn't there...
Bonus
and
ID.
granted, I don't know the whole... I know that when you're 18 and you're still in high school... There's a window as to whether or not you can have sex with somebody who's like, I think.
Yeah, but when you're that's 16
right?
to 60-years are able to have sex with 19-years. But once you're 18, you're fair game to every guy. You can have sex with a 78-year-old and it's legal.
Oh, booyah!
Jesus.
I just think that once he met her,
once he met her
in person,
he knew she was young.
He knew she was young, and right then
Too
and
young.
there, yes, he should have. He probably had some kind of wait a minute moment,
And it didn't stop him, and that's your problem.
It didn't stop him.
So,
and he still brought her the ruckus on, on a fire truck, down a pole, whatever.
Wow, now you're talking. Anyhow, I didn't know you did it like that, Terry. I didn't know you rolled like that. Anyway, so your point is, even if she was 18, this guy morally, in his mind, should have said, you know what, she looks way young. I'm 35. I'm married. I can't be doing this.
Right.
But that's not necessarily illegal, though, Terry.
I know that. I know.
This is a legal issue. And if the women who are marching on City Hall in Spokane this morning, I'm sure that's got to be a sight.
Yeah.
Right. And granted, now we're going to get callers who are going to say, what about the 16-year-old girl lying about her age, yada yada, going on the website and clicking that she was 18. Right. She's wrong for doing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she may, if there's something that she can be prosecuted for, then so be it.
Not only that, but it sounds like, from the way I'm interpreting your story, not only did she go on this website, but she created a profile for herself saying that she was 18 or whatever age she said she was. She said she was an age that made her a legal target. Sorry to have to use the word target, but that's the way some men have it in their minds, Terry, when they go on these websites. Yeah, she's young, but she ain't young to get me in trouble. That's how some websites, Terry, the internet. Come on.
I understand. And the other thing too, then you look at this at the firefighter himself as a professional. He's doing it while he's on the job, and then it makes you wonder. You don't trust this guy,
You just got to put out your fire.
And then he's trying to get my 12-year-old daughter's phone number.
This is not.
It's not gross.
This is
not gross at all.
This is not a clergyman who affects your life and
he saves people, right?
Yeah,
he's looked upon on the community
how
as...
much trust do you need in a man who comes to put out your fire? Put out my fire. I don't need you to be the greatest guy in the world. If you got skills to put out my fire, I'm not asking you for moral support. I'm not asking you to steer me in a direction with advice like I would a clergy person. I'm asking you to put out my fire if I get a fire.
So firefighters are not looked upon
Don't overblow how much a person's character has to factor into the job they do. A firefighter's a firefighter. I don't care if they're of great character, bad character. Put out my fire.
If character was part of the job description, we'd never have a president.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Well, now we're getting deep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. Like you said, you don't have to. They're different. Character and ability to do your job doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm not saying that this man's wife shouldn't be horrified. But you probably liked it. I'm not saying. Who knows?
She videotaped the whole thing.
But the guy who's trolling for somebody 17 years younger than him is going to have to take the risks and the rewards of his duties.
No one did. No one said.
I mean, he's got to have to deal with what he did.
I felt rewarded the other day after I did
it. No one's saying that this is a great guy. No one's saying he should win Father of the Year. No one's saying he should win Husband of the Year. No one's saying any of that. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about.
He should win Husband of the Year.
You're talking about the fact that women are outraged that no charges have been brought on this guy. And I'm saying to you, how can you place charges on this guy when this girl created voluntarily, yes, she's a minor, so how much do you factor in what's voluntary and what's not, even though it was her own free will that she used to create her own profile. She did it. Mm-hmm. He didn't know the situation as far as from a legal standpoint, and he had sex with her. Now, that's not necessarily morally right.
Right.
Considering he was a married guy on the job.
Right.
But from a legal standpoint, I don't see how you can bring charges on the guy.
And well, what's scary about this too, and I think you started out saying this, is that now, pedophiles who are going online, and you have these kids who are, saying they're older than they are, and they meet up with these people. I mean, how does that hold water now when they try and prosecute these people?
Well, that's a problem. And I'll tell you what it comes down to.
What's scary.
It comes down to the old argument of, and I hate to talk about lame old arguments, but I have to bring it up here, where were the parents? Where were her parents?
I agree with you.
Where were her parents when she was creating profiles saying she's 18? Right. Where were her parents when she was skipping off to firehouses, being shut behind closed doors, and being screwed by John the firefighter?
Yet I get prosecuted by you guys when I am all over Darian saying he can't have a MySpace, and I'm watching every movie he makes.
There's a happy medium. Some parents are
is there?
Some parents are absent, and some parents are overbearing. There's a happy medium. I'm saying that these parents were certainly not overbearing, Terry.
Oh, these are the parents who want to be their kid's best friend.
Well,
and you know, it's a trust issue, and everything's all dandy, and I'm, cool with my kid.
Let me just put it this way. If you had to be a parent and you had to choose one side of the scale, one extreme side being overbearing or being vacant, obviously your side is the better side, Terry.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Yes. But the happy medium gets it done, Terry.
But the happy medium is, you then when you do come down on your kid and say no to something, it's well, I thought you were my friend.
Okay,
all that
my
stuff.
Ears,
you hear that kind of argument. And
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Just blow up my ears.
So,
do you like your steak all sizzled and charred, Terry? Overdone. You like a nice pink center, warm in the middle?
They're all pink in the center.
Right.
Whoa, are you the guy?
Especially the firehouse. Do you like it like that, Terry? Huh?
I like them.
How do you like your
done.
steak? How do you like your steak? You like your steak well done?
Not crispy, but well done.
Well, isn't that fitting? Mm-hmm.
With some bacon wrapped around it.
So my gosh, blue cheese on top.
So when you go to a restaurant, they ask you how you want your steak, you say well done?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't say medium well?
No.
You say well done?
Yes.
I've never been with anyone who says well done. I've been with someone who says rare.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
gross.
rare.
Hannibal the cannibal.
So have I.
But I've never heard anyone, when they ask how you want your steak, they say well done. Just burn that bitch.
Well, I'm not saying burn the bitch, but...
Because well done, they never really bring it back burned.
Right.
You know what? Let's go to the phones on this issue. It's not too far from here. It's a damn shame that I had to end the syndication, considering we used to be on in Spokane, and we could have been...
I had the police chief's name.
We could have been taunting City Hall this morning for all these weird ladies marching on it.
That's good, though, because we don't have to hear about Gonzaga.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, you guys.
1-866. Who's to say UW doesn't go further than Gonzaga this year and regret the fact we're not on Spokane anymore? Anyway, 1-866. I still get emails from people angry at me for taking us off in Spokane, but I don't care. 1-866. Let them march on City Hall for all I care.
Yeah.
1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Let me see your story for a second and make sure I understand every detail there is to discuss here. Off the Associated Press, out of Spokane, Washington. Spokane police officials say a firefighter accused of having sex with a 16-year-old girl while on firehouse duty avoids criminal prosecution because he was under the belief that she was an older girl.
Wow.
Said she was 18.
Exactly.
No excuse.
Police detectives concluded the 35-year-old married firefighter, quote, lacked the knowledge that the girl he met on an adult online dating website was, in fact, the 16-year-old that she turned out to be. She claimed that she was 18 in her profile on the website, which is supposed to be available for only those who are 18 and older.
So we're supposed to believe, too, that this firefighter is just Joe Stupid out there. Yet he's a firefighter.
Terry.
Who has to understand how firefighters
are smart. Firefighters are dumb. It really doesn't make that much of a big factor when you're putting out the fire. I don't think you have to be the highest IQ to put out a fire.
Well,
no offense. I'm saying firefighters come in all shapes and sizes, and they call them in all kinds of high intelligence, low intelligence. I'm not
They're
saying
not taking a stupid firefighter, okay?
You can be dumb, but you don't have to be Einstein to put out the fire. You got to be brave. You got to be incredibly brave. You got to be smart enough for your trade, but you don't have to be a rocket scientist. So to say that the guy had to either be dumb or know what was going on isn't necessarily right.
Lack the knowledge? Oh, okay.
Terry, I could line up a... Actually, this is going to lead to something bad. I could line up a row of 16 and 18-year-old girls, ask you to pick out which is which, and you would not do very well.
Well, the good thing is that she's not a predator and isn't going to have sex with him.
Well, according to the law.
She could, yes.
According to the law, this married man is not a predator if he was having sex with an 18-year-old girl. Morally, another story.
Right, but somebody half his age, that's kind of...
Not a predator. Not against the law.
He knew what he was doing. He's trolling.
He did.
He knew he wanted some young action, but he thought he was within his legal right to have sex with a girl who just passed the borderline.
Just turned 18.
The fact that she tried to pay for the cab fare with scratch and sniff stickers should have told him all he needed to know.
Right.
I love firefighter all over a trapper keeper.
She showed up,
Trapper keeper, yes.
She showed up with a...
Pam,
Yeah.
you're on the air.
With a Hello
Hey,
Kitty
I totally
backpack.
agree with you, T-Man. I think that this girl is old enough to know, the difference between right and wrong here, and that, he shouldn't get prosecuted. It's not the guy's fault. What's he supposed to do? Check her ID?
Now, what this does to his family, that's up to his wife, Terry.
But also
as far as the law is concerned, you can't prosecute a man who was under the impression that the girl was 18, especially when she created a profile and was on a site that was for 18 and over. Terry.
All right, well then, parents beware for all your
better
kids.
Beware. Yes, because the startling part here, and probably another interesting factoid, is you have 16-year-old girls. You got 16-year-old girls ready to lay down in the firehouse.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you have, your daughter out there.
What are you laughing about? Pretty awesome thought to you, Stephen?
Whoa.
Lay down.
16-year-old girls ready to lay down in the firehouse with a dog nearby. Terry, there's a dog in every firehouse that's barking
up
away.
there on the
I'm looking up at MySpace right now.
The dog may have used his animal instincts and known she wasn't 18, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
The firefighter thought she was. No criminal.
There's a lot of downtime to being a fireman.
Morally vacant, maybe. If you want to argue with me on that one, Terry, I'll have a tough time.
I mean, and like I said, again, the other thing too that concerns me is that this is allowing predators to go online, and that's what's so scary.
He was not on a site. If he was on MySpace, then
who knows? He may have been on.
No, he wasn't on MySpace, because if he was on MySpace, they wouldn't point out it was a website specifically targeted for 18 and overs. MySpace is available. You don't have to click on anything that says you're over 18 to be on MySpace. If he was to find this particular girl on MySpace, and even if her profile said she was 18, and then he went and had sex with her, he'd probably be in more trouble than he is right now. But he wasn't on that website. MySpace, you have to take everything with a grain of salt as to what people are writing. Mm-hmm. But this website was a website designed for only people 18 and up. How far behind am I? Oh, jeez.
Oh, look at him.
I can get him one more call, though.
He's like,
least.
no.
JJ.
He's yelling at you like, no.
JJ.
Yeah.
What's up, JJ?
Hey, not much, man. Hey, three things, okay? For one, like you guys, I think Terry said, the girl should have known better. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was 16, getting on the website at 18. But then not only that, now, was this guy on this site at work, or was he at home on the site when he actually talked to her? Because if he was at work, what's the difference between a cop in his car on a porn site and him getting in trouble?
Yeah.
It does not point out in the story that he was at work on the website.
But he had sex with her at work
on the job.
while on duty.
But when you're on the job at a firehouse and there's no fire, are you really on the job?
You're still, you can be called out for it. You're still getting paid, right?
Exactly.
You're still getting dollars for it.
Getting big bonus.
You're still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Check on out.
Okay, so fine. I won't argue with you that technically he wasn't on the job, but still, the alarms weren't ringing, Terry.
It doesn't matter. You're getting paid.
At least not the one that said there was a fire.
Yeah. So you need to get the cat out of the window.
Hump a 16-year-old play pool. It's all the same.
But if they're going to the firehouse, aren't there other people there at that time to see what's going on?
Not in that room.
I don't know.
That's a big place.
It's a designated room.
I didn't know you'd been there.
Let us take a break. We'll come back. I'll take more calls on this. We'll qualify someone for Vegas, but don't call for that. Don't call for that.
Okay.
We're discussing marches on Spokane City Hall. Stephen, turn on the Spokane microphone, see if you hear anything out there.
Okay.
No, nothing yet. Okay.
The T-Man.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Carry a follow-up story for you, as if we didn't know. Out of Spokane, Washington, women activists are upset about the police investigation of the Spokane firefighter who reportedly had sex with a 16-year-old girl in a firehouse. Well, it was a house of fire. Authorities have ruled out criminal prosecution, saying the firefighter thought she was older. The Spokane Women's Coalition has planned a protest for this morning outside of City Hall. Now, had I known about the story yesterday, Winnie the Pooh would be there live right now,
I know, it'd be great.
because there are a lot of hot babes out there, I'm sure, outside of City Hall right now.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready to protest.
Women that care about stuff.
Oh, dear.
They're funny.
Oh, geez. That apparently is scheduled for around 10 a.m. Wow. They are going to march in their army boots, Terry.
Good for them.
On City Hall to let them know this is not going to be tolerated.
No.
But
Out
again,
of their neighborhood.
Again, I ask you, Terry, what could have been done here? Nothing! And the key here is that she was on a site talking to this firefighter that is for 18 and overs. Now, again, if she and him were on MySpace, you meet an 18-year-old girl on MySpace, you got to assume she's 15.
Okay.
And then I'm saying, you know what? The guy's stupid. Come on. Everyone on MySpace who says they're 18 is 15. Right. Or go on that assumption. Keep yourself out of trouble.
That's a good rule.
But this was not MySpace. This was more of an adult-type website. They don't point out what website. I'd like to know that.
Right.
They don't say what it was. I thought everyone was on MySpace. I don't know why they were on some other site, but they were.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
This
also...
guy isn't.
Oh, geez, what?
The firefighter isn't. I looked him up.
He isn't on MySpace? You were
Or not that I could
you
find.
wanted to send him an email?
Well, no, I wanted to see if we could investigate the story further.
I've always wanted a tour of a firehouse, big boy.
Find more out about him.
I see. What's interesting here that I'm reading in a story with more detail that we printed out during the break, Terry, since I'm so interested in the story now. It says that, where was it, that they were... Where was that little paragraph? They were communicating by text pages and telephone calls for about 4 months before their meeting on February 10th at Firehouse Station number 17 in northwest Spokane.
For 4 months?
4 months. Now, that to me is something that doesn't help his case.
No.
Not at all.
If it had been a situation where he met her on the site, she came out of the firehouse, he made it happen, and he brought her the ruckus, and then they never really spoke after that, and then all of a sudden he found out she was 16, then I would say the guy is completely in the clear. What was he supposed to do? He had no choice.
No choice.
He had no choice.
And
He couldn't say no.
And he had
to
no
that.
idea that she was 16.
Right.
But the fact that they were communicating for 4 months doesn't make him guilty and doesn't make him completely aware that she wasn't. Terry, you're looking at me all weird. Terry, I don't know what's in the water, but as time goes on, young girls look older and older. You thought
I know.
You thought it was big time back in the 80s that 15-year-old girls looked 18, and now you got some 12-year-old girls looking 18. It's a very dangerous earth.
It is.
That's why you need to be super careful.
Super careful.
And the fact that he
Organic
had
all the time.
The fact that he had his tuxedo rented for prom doesn't help us, Katie.
I know.
I mean, come on. He knew.
I mean, for 4 months, and at some time he didn't, even
Well,
have
most of
an inkling.
just about all their communication was by text pages, Terry. So how much inklings can you get through text pages?
Lots of inklings.
Mm-hmm. But they were communicating, exchanging text pages, text messaging for 4 months before their meeting at the firehouse. And then at their first meeting, the 16-year-old girl was just laying down for the dude. How about that?
You know, like if a 16-year-old text messaged me at 229 I'd tell him, halt. Halt, 16-year-old. Back off. Stop thief.
Stop thief.
Quote, the firefighter was genuinely shocked when detectives made him aware that the girl he had sex with at the firehouse...
Oh, and how was the shock and awe done? Was it, oh my goodness, really? Or was it, yeah, I mean, come on.
So you're trying to evaluate his acting skills
Yeah.
and determining whether he's guilty or not, Terry?
Oh, goodness, didn't know.
Terry, what if The reality is
terrible
he just
about it.
didn't know.
Oh, geez.
I'm asking you, if you were to just suspend your whatever thought pattern you're so stubbornly on right now, and just
so stubbornly.
all right, yeah, just go on the assumption that he didn't know. Are you prosecuting him then still anyway, or what?
Yeah, because I'm sure there's other things that he could probably be. I mean, she's
He's
a
guilty
minor.
of adultery. He's guilty of being a bad husband. He's guilty of cheating. And
well, she's still a minor.
So are just about 80% of all married men, Terry.
Really?
Yes. I'm sorry to give you the statistic. That's the actual number. 80% of men are guilty of the same things.
Well, just because you're driving on the freeway and this
burning bush has spoken.
Yeah, yes.
And the speed limit changes, and you say to the officer, well, I didn't realize the speed limit changed. Oh, well, then, okay, you can go as fast as you want.
But this speed limit doesn't change. This speed limit is set in stone as law for Washington State. Now, the Washington State, actually, the age is 16, but you have to be within 3-4 years legally, even if, as it turns out, she's 16, he can't be brought up on statutory rape charges because she's 16, but he can be brought up on other charges.
Well, then why wasn't he?
Because he thought she was 18. She gave him every impression that she was 18. She told him she was 18. January. Ciao. Yes, you're on the air.
Oh.
You're on the air, January.
Hi, T-Man.
How are you, January?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what up?
Well, I just wanted to voice my little opinion. I think that they should let the guy go. They don't really have any hardcore evidence. Yeah, he had sex with her, but she stated she was 18. Ain't nothing you could do. If the roles were switched, and if it was a girl who had sex with a 16-year-old man, a boy, would it really be that big of a deal?
And by the way, Terry, it was the 16-year-old's boyfriend. If you want to add more slop onto the stuff that is all about this 16-year-old girl, Terry, who you see as a complete victim, and yes, she's a victim in some sense, but she certainly was acting as if, Terry.
As if?
It was her boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, Terry, who turned this story over to the police saying, hey, my girlfriend just had sex with a firefighter in a firehouse, and she's only 16. If not for the boyfriend, no one would have known. She had a boyfriend, Terry. She was cheating on her boyfriend with a 35-year-old firefighter she met online. In a firehouse.
Well, good for him, knowing right from wrong.
With her bare ass cheeks up against a truck.
Wow. Shining it all up. Engine number 18.
Yeah, killing two birds with one stone. Shot the truck, baby. Shot the truck. Rick, you're on the air. Rickster?
What's going on,
Rickorama?
T-Man?
Yes, Rick. What's up, Rick?
What's up, team? Hey, what's up with Terry, man? Why does she want this guy's balls, man?
Terry's playing protective mother type. She has 2 daughters, and this hits a nerve in her, I imagine. She doesn't like to hear about 16-year-old girls being quote-unquote exploited by men on the internet. She has a right to...
What if it was her? Terry, put yourself in that situation.
Terry likes young boys. I'm surprised she's acting this way.
What if it was her? What if she was single, didn't have nobody, no kids or something?
But that's not the story. He's married. You can't. If you're going to put me in the same situation,
that's not part of the story. That's an irrelevant part of the story.
So then, why is this caller going to put me in the same position then?
Well, think about it.
That's irrelevant.
You met someone. Okay, say you are married, but what if you met someone and you met him face to face, and he's 16, he's 6'1", 280 pounds. You're thinking, I agree with T-Man,
Terry's saying she would never be in that situation.
Right.
She would never put herself in that spot. But, of course, she can easily say that now. She's never met a strapping 16-year-old boy in a while.
But I'm sure she's made
I can actually go to any high school and see a strapping 16-year-old.
You probably shouldn't do that later today if that's what you're...
The story scares Terry because her husband could do this. I mean, all women think that...
That's not even it.
All women think that they're going to get traded in for someone.
Not at all. I don't agree with that. It sets a precedent that that it's okay to
does.
do this.
Yeah, it gives you guys the excuse. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I lacked the knowledge.
It says, hey,
I'm sorry.
And then you can tell the girl, hey, just tell him that you told me you were 18.
Right.
And I'm telling you.
And then we'll be cool.
Absolutely.
And then we can live a life together.
And I'm not saying that this girl at 16 isn't at fault either. I'm not saying she's excused.
Well, I'm telling you, if that's your big worry here, you don't have to worry because most girls who are 16 are not going to sites that are 18 and over. They're going to MySpace. And if this happened through MySpace, this dude would be in a lot more trouble. But this did not. But I understand if that's your big fear, that this leaves a blank check for all guys who have sex with 16-year-old girls to say, hey, the guy in Spokane got off because he didn't know. I didn't know either.
Right. That's exactly what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
know. She said she was 21.
And
Who's to
then-
know she was 8?
Yeah. She looks so much
pounding
older.
beers and everything.
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Yes. Good morning, T-Man.
Hello, Sabrina. How are you?
I am great.
Great to talk to you today.
Yeah. First of all, Terry, what if it was Darian, sweetie?
Oh, jeez.
What about Darian?
What if it was your son in the same situation, same age?
He would be.
What?
I would kick his ass.
Okay, right.
To say what? To say that her son was 35 or 16? 16, she's saying.
He was 18.
So you're
Second
saying
of
if
all,
a 35-year-old woman had sex with Darian at age 16, is that what you're saying?
No, what if Darian, if it was the same situation and Darian was 35?
Oh,
married?
35.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? What would you do then? You, as
She would
his
probably
mother,
be pissed at
I'd be pissed at Darian because
But
what
you
an
wouldn't-
idiot.
But you wouldn't want him to be prosecuted. is what
Yes,
you're saying.
I actually would, believe it or not,
you're such a
because
liar.
no, I'm not. I'm
Come
not. You can
on.
go ahead and
You would be like, he didn't know that
no,
bitch
that's
said she was
not
18.
true. That's not true.
Yeah, I don't think
because he
that's
would
true
know
either.
better. Is the other thing.
You want us to sit here and believe that you're ready to slap the cuffs on your own son if he was in this situation?
You know how many
No.
times I tell him that at this age, if you start running around with the same crowd and you get in trouble, you're going to be put in juvie, and I'll be sitting there going, hey, we tried to tell you.
Terry, as much as you're afraid of this being a situation that opens a can of worms to all kinds of situations just like it, that is a reasonable fear. However, the bottom line still is, that this guy, in all likelihood, thought this girl was 18.
But she's still a minor, is the thing.
No, at 18, you're not a minor.
No, she was a minor. The fact is she was. She may have portrayed herself as being not a minor, but the fact is she's
How
still...
is he supposed to know? How is he supposed to know?
Well, okay. There is just as an adult person, you're smart enough to know.
No.
Okay, so you guys are stupid.
We're all stupid then, Terry, because it's impossible.
It's impossible?
Well, it's sometimes. It's
Absolutely
impossible to dissect
right.
a 16-year-old from an 18-year-old,
All
especially
right.
when the 18-year-old is portraying herself as an 18-year-old, telling you point blank she's an 18-year-old, putting up profiles on the internet that she's 18, giving you every indication by her looks and her attitude and her actions that she's 18. How are you supposed to say, I don't believe any of it, you're 16?
But when you do find out she's 16, you're going to tell me there's nothing that this guy can be prosecuted for?
No, he thought she was 18.
He was duped.
Duped. As a matter of fact, he wants to press charges on her.
So be it.
For ruining his good reputation.
Oh, yeah. He's
in the community.
Fine, upstanding gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Jerry, the man was working a job that is very admirable, wouldn't you say? Yes, he had his downsides. Married man. Shouldn't be acting, I guess, like this.
But he can say...
by a 16-year-old.
But yeah, because he just lacked that knowledge.
Terry, you're underplaying.
He doesn't know how 16-year-olds work, or he's never, he probably doesn't have any kids of his own.
So I light up a group of teenagers. You're sitting there going down the line. 17, 16, 15, 19, 12. You're able
I'm
to...
probably more in touch than you are, I would guess, just because I do have a teenager, so I see it all
As
the
in
time.
touch as you are, you can't play that game show and do very well, Terry.
All right.
Especially one who steps forward and says, I'm 18. You're going to say, nope, you're not. You're 16 and a half, and you're going to be 17 on November 5th. You're not going to be able to do that.
Well,
nobody could.
Nobody could.
Well, there you go. There's my point.
Yeah. She didn't mean to.
Jeff.
Because he lacks the knowledge, so you're safe with him.
Well, you called us all stupid, so now we should just play it up.
But when you call him, make sure you say you're 18, so it's okay.
Yeah,
You can
make
have
sure
sex
you're
with
18.
We're stupid. We don't know any better.
Jeff,
Well,
are you
that's
there?
what that's what the whole
you
lack
said.
of knowledge is.
Is Jeff there?
Not smart enough to know better.
Go ahead, Jeff. Real quick.
Hey, I think that, all the emphasis on, what this guy did was morally wrong, and, no one can kind of dispute that. But, this girl put herself in a situation where she got on an adult website. She lied about her age. She knew what she was doing. I think some of the blame needs to go on her and not just on this gentleman. Like you said, he didn't know her age. What next at a bar, or, when you meet a girl and take her home, are you supposed to ask for ID? I mean, she was on an adult website fraudulently lying about her age.
It's the equivalent, to some extent, of like finding a girl in a bar where you're supposed to be 18 and over, and it turns out she's 16. She was on a website,
right?
Which isn't the same thing necessarily, because the front person at the door is proofing you, and in this situation, all you're doing is clicking on something that says you're 18. But
and it's like, but I'm not saying she should be let go or not held responsible. I'm not saying that. Okay,
I don't think you know what you're saying.
I admit, yeah, she did put herself in the position, and granted, where are her parents and that whole thing, and granted, I really think that this girl probably has really deep issues, quite honestly.
And the man's point is certainly on target. At 16, you know what the hell you're doing.
Sure, absolutely you do.
Okay,
at 14, at 13, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Nikki.
That still doesn't make it right for a 35-year-old man.
Yes, Nikki.
Hey, I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's disgusting that a 35-year-old man was with the 16-year-old, but unfortunately, like you said, age of consent is 16, and there's nothing he could have been prosecuted
Absolutely
with.
could have been. There's sexual exploitation of minors that he could have been.
Only when this person is in power and control over that person.
Even communicating with a minor for immoral purposes, he could have brought up on those charges.
Ooh, really? She's not a minor.
She's a minor. You can be brought up on charges at 30. If you're 35 and you're communicating with a 16-year-old, you can be brought up on charges for communicating with a minor for immoral purposes.
Not
when
at
it's
16.
that way, yes, you absolutely can. You don't know your own job. When you are that wide a range in age, a 35-year-old man cannot communicate with a 16-year-old for immoral purposes in this state, even though the age of consent is 16.
That's not true.
I'm telling you,
it should be true if it's not true.
It is true.
Then how do you think? Then why do you think you have the police department pretending to be 16-year-old girls on
You better
chat
figure out your own job, honey, because you don't know what you're doing.
them.
That's the problem. People in this state don't even know their own jobs.
There was an orthodontist who was communicating with like a young patient and got in trouble for that.
Yeah,
I know what the age of consent is in this state, 16, and actually it's a very liberal age. It should be like a lot of states would go to 17 and 18. I'm not going to fight it, though. However, that doesn't mean, even though he can't be brought up on statutory rape charges, he certainly, if he would have known she was 16, there are a lot of other charges, including the two that I just brought to her attention that she said wasn't true. She better learn her own job.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because if you're 19 and you have those kind of communications, that's fine. As long as you're within like a certain month window. But this guy was way outside that window. He's a 35-year-old man. An exploitation of a minor is something that would have been a charge, had he known she was 16, a charge that certainly would have been tacked on to him in a quick second. So learn your frickin' job!
You have to do everybody's job, don't you?
Is that what it's gone down to these days?
So.
I got to do other people's job for them?
You're the man wearing all the hats.
Steve, you're on the air.
Hey, I think Duke got away with one, but I'm 36, and...
Steve, you really think the guy got away with it? Do you think this guy in his heart of hearts said to himself, you know what? She's 16. This girl has no way she's 18. But you know what? She's saying she's 18, so I'm off the hook here. You think he really thought that?
I don't think he thought that, but you could tell.
You do, Stephen?
I do, yes.
When you talk to a younger girl, when you're talking to a younger girl, you can tell. I mean, the conversation's totally different. I mean, when you got that kind of job, you need to be checking IDs or something.
Checking IDs in the firehouse. All right, I'm about to have sex with you, but before I do, before I bring you the ruckus, let me see your ID.
The reason I think is because of the communication.
Yeah,
of
4 months
of
earlier.
communication.
Yeah,
Give me your ID. Let's see, middle school ASB. Okay, you're fine.
What are you going to learn in 4 months that wasn't instinctful in the first couple of moments of meeting a 16, 17, or 18-year-old?
I mean, I agree with you. You could line up these people in, a lineup of girls that are age range, and I'm not going to be able to tell you who's who. But if you communicate with somebody for over 4 months, you should be able to figure it out.
At some point, you're going to say, you know what, she's not 18, she's 16.
Yes.
You're going to say, she's 16 and her birthday's November 12th. No, you're going to say, I don't think that she's 18.
And you know what, even though they communicated for 4 months through text pages, what are you going to really get out of text pages? pages. And who says how much communication they had? It doesn't mean they were communicating every night, 12 pages every hour for a 4-month period.
But it doesn't say they weren't.
Terry, you're on the air.
Okay, well, sorry.
Not you, Terry.
Okay.
Does she know what a Rubik's Cube is? No. All right, well, then get out of here.
Yes, Terry.
Good morning.
Sing this song by Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes, Terry, go ahead.
Speaking of people who are putting themselves in situations, normally I agree with Terry on a lot of the things that she says being a parent. I come from a background where I was sexually molested, abused, a whole list of things that I wouldn't wish on anybody else. But this girl had it coming. I'm sorry. And she should have known that it's like I knew that she's going after this, trying to get with this guy. I don't think we can prosecute him on anything when she's at an adult website saying, yes, I'm 18. Now, if he had some kind of inkling, wow, she looks really young, maybe he should have thought to say, hey, do you have an idea? I just want to make sure things are okay. But he didn't. So if he screws up his marriage because of this, he's got to take those repercussions, but I really don't think we can prosecute him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The wife, if she's got anything going for her, Terry, you would think that his wife is saying to herself, okay, I'm with a freaking creep.
Right, no
and
doubt.
I'm out.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he's got to suffer those consequences if that's suffering at all. But aside from that, Terry, what can you do?
Well,
this girl wanted to be with a handsome firefighter.
But you pointed out the exploitation, of a minor, so on and so forth.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Terry.
And granted, I don't know if she can be prosecuted for, being fraudulently, representing her age, so on and so forth. If that's the case, so be it.
There's still time for you to fly over to Spokane and join the march on City Hall. You seem pretty fired up about this. You seem pretty angry. It seems like this story affects you in a multitude of ways, having daughters that are approaching their mid-teens.
Right.
I mean, a couple of years away, right? What are they? They're entering their teenage years now.
They are getting there.
And I didn't even think of this until I think it was Stephen or Hotshot that brought it up.
Yeah, my hubby, oh boy, worried about him going to see a 16-year-old.
I think most women are worried about getting traded in for someone younger.
So you're saying any middle-aged woman, any middle-aged married woman is going to be nervous that her husband could be behind her back communicating online with 18, even if it's 18-year-old girls try to get a little side action.
I don't think it's unreasonable to think that women are a bit jealous.
And that bugs the hell out of Terry. Terry, I'm sorry we have to put you through this.
Oh,
it's the nature of the job, though.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Jay's MySpace looks pretty good, though.
Ow! She's a minor.
Oh, but he lacks the knowledge, so
That's right.
it's
I don't know. I'm
okay.
stupid.
Yeah,
That's what
he's
you told me.
stupid. He doesn't know. He lacks the knowledge.
Trust me, Terry's kids will have no access to the internet until she says so. And when will you say so?
Never.
Ow!
They can use the internet to serve for educational purposes.
I can only hope to be a half as good a parent as Terry is.
Wow. Now, how are you going to be the gatekeeper?
Because I either am there.
You're standing over their shoulder at all times?
Or,
You're only
I can
one
also
woman.
see what's on their cookie list.
Oh. They can delete their cookie
and I
list.
can,
You see the size of Steven's cookie list.
And
Holy
they can
crap.
we also have the parental controls on.
Oh, yeah.
There's only so much the parental controls can do, Terry. I'm just saying that
if they want on that bad,
teenagers are so much wiser to the ins and outs of the internet that they don't think they're not going to be a few steps ahead of you, Terry.
see, that's the advantage of working here and being in tune with you sickos.
Oh, geez. Wow.
I can figure out, and I'm on top of my game, so thank you.
Well said.
The T-Man. Powers. He's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
Good morning.
Day 2 of the recovery process from what was, or so it was explained to everyone, a successful stomach stapling gastric bypass procedure, Terry. They say 1 in 300 die on the operating table during a gastric bypass procedure, but Gay was one of the lucky 299 out of 300.
Thank goodness.
Even though the deck had to be stacked against him more than the average, even stomach stapling procedure person, Terry, because he's 5'3" and 400 pounds. But he is alive, well, and recovering, and from the pictures we saw from listeners that visited him, Terry.
Oh, my God.
Listeners visiting him in his hospital room, from the pictures that were sent to us, he's a smiling, chubby redhead, the same as he was with the big old football-sized stomach, Terry.
Right.
He now is the same smiling, chubby redhead with a walnut-sized stomach, Terry.
I saw my scar for the first time today.
Oh, my gosh.
What kind of phone are you talking on?
On a regular phone.
Who's talking in the background? Oh, jeez.
Thank you very much.
A nurse.
They brought me a paper.
They brought you a newspaper?
Yeah.
Are you breathing through your mask?
What are you going to do with that?
Read it. No, I'm on a regular phone, but I have an oxygen tube in my nose. So.
Oh, that's why it sounds so weird.
So when you saw your scars for the first time?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Well, when are they going to actually be able to show you your wiener for the first time in years?
Probably 50 pounds from now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look what I found.
Oh, geez.
Hey, I got one. Yeah. No, it's 9 inches long.
Whoa.
Not my wiener, my scar.
Oh, your scar, yes.
He wishes.
You got
I know.
9-inch scar?
And 30 staples.
30 staples. But those are the external staples.
Yeah, those are the external staples.
How many staples did it take to staple down your humongous stomach?
They didn't tell me.
Oh, I wouldn't want to know either.
No, I don't want to know.
Let's just say you can't pass through the old.
Let's just hope the doctor had an easy button for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
no.
kidding.
And I got, oh my God, I got Jello this morning.
Wow.
How many bites did you get to eat?
1 ounce.
Can I have some marshmallows and nuts in the Jello next time?
I get 1 ounce of a liquid every 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, fascinating.
It's kind of like the bathhouse.
Are you getting hungry yet, Gay?
No.
So are you taking a room of people who actually need to be in the hospital?
Yes.
When are they going to
Not that you would know because you've not visited me yet.
When are they going to discharge you, Gay?
Like everybody else has?
Right.
No, nobody has from the show, actually.
Right.
Now you know how
Don't
I
expect
felt.
it. Wow.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Did you hear Terry discussing earlier that she was considering going to visit you, but because you didn't even call her when she was in the hospital for 6 weeks, why should she?
I did not hear that because I can't hear the show from my room.
and you didn't even venture up to see me either.
Right.
No, I called afterwards and said I didn't know if you wanted people.
Oh, come on.
I did honestly.
Let's
Terry,
see.
That's kind of a
Hot
cop-out when
Shot
people do that.
came, and everybody came. And T and
Yes,
Steven.
I did go. That's
and
right.
I apologize. So if
I
you're gonna
went to visit
come with me,
Terry. I will not be going to visit you.
Maybe if you're there for 6 weeks, you will.
Yeah, if he's there for 6 weeks, maybe I'll go once. Doubtful. But I hear you're fine, so why visit?
You know, you don't have to.
I won't.
I expect that much.
You should see what your money went to.
Yeah, gee, you expected that much.
I didn't bring my nose plugs, Terry. I'm not going.
Wow.
I mean, you can always come and see what you paid for.
I know what I paid for, and I hope it works well. And I hope you have a very quality-filled life for the rest of it.
I'm hoping that I do as well.
But that doesn't mean I have to visit you.
Okay.
Has Pappy been by to see you?
Oh, jeez!
No, and I don't even think he knows I'm in the hospital.
Has Chris been by to see you?
No, he's in San Diego.
Oh, well, what an excuse. You'd think with his friend,
He doesn't even know I'm in the hospital.
You didn't even tell him?
No.
You're going to surprise him, aren't you?
You're going to surprise him with your new self, like come out like Oprah did about 6-7 years ago?
Going to make him think he did it by hard work and eating right.
No. Wow.
Oprah is starting to look like the good old
little
Oprah
chunk
we
chunk?
ever knew.
Yeah, I know.
We always knew, Terry.
Getting a little bottom heavy again.
Yeah, I'm bottom heavy.
Oh, jeez. A guest?
You're just a heavy bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
You're obviously going a little stir crazy there in the hospital, but you've had years of training doing nothing but staying in your home. So, if anyone's going to be fine being cooped up in a hospital, it's going to be Gaius, Terry.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
it's not.
He loves it.
Yes, he loves the attention from the nurses.
No, somebody called last night and they answered the phone and they're like, "Is this a phone operator?" And I'm like, "Yeah, who's this?" And like, well, we're just calling to see if you're real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, now that you've called me in the hospital, do you believe me? Stupid woman.
And then you talk to her for a half hour.
No, it was like,
Yeah, this is all just written out material. It doesn't really exist. It's just part of the program, Terry.
Yep.
Yes.
so.
All right, very good.
I'm
Glad
in
you,
room 1069 if you want to come visit.
glad you called and checked in.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're doing fine with the nurse's attention. You don't need any from, I can't speak for you guys. You guys can go and give my best wishes, but I'm out.
When are you checking out again?
I can't make it? Is that the problem?
No, when are you checking out? When are you being discharged?
Tomorrow, they say about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
10 a.m. tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Who's going to pick you up?
My aunt's coming to get me.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Mom
You hate
too
the family.
busy?
My mom's actually in Eastern Washington. She couldn't make it over here. So she sent flowers, though.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm only going if I can plug into the pain medicines. If not, then I'm out.
All right, very good.
Oh, good to hear that you're
Happy
recovering
for you.
well.
Yes.
No,
And
I'm doing good.
have
I'm
they
doing
weighed
good.
you in the past 24 hours?
They weighed me last night, and I was at 392, so I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not working.
Water retention.
Now he's got to get a surgery to make this stomach even smaller.
Wow.
Oh, did I say walnut? Okay, I meant a pea.
A pinhead.
Wow.
But you don't feel hungry at all.
No, not at all.
And you're not in any pain.
No, I got good drugs.
Mm-hmm. There he is, Terry.
Yep, there he is.
Calling in to give us an update. Any other questions you guys have?
I'm good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, if we don't show today, how sad will you be? 10 being the saddest.
Probably about an 8.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Oh.
Why?
Because, I would think that people cared, and Terry, I'm sorry I didn't see you in the hospital. I don't know if it was at the time I couldn't walk or not.
Whatever.
But
You didn't even call. You didn't even call Terry at the hospital. I said she'd be dumb. She was considering going to visit you. I'd say she'd be stupid to go visit you when you didn't even call her when she was there for 6 weeks. And she was in a precarious situation. She was getting blood transfusion after blood transfusion. Her status was in doubt. And you didn't even call. And she's considering going to see you. I said, what are you a moron? I had to call her a moron. Suggest she was acting like a moron for thinking of going to visit you.
Well, you're just bitter.
Why would I be bitter? What do I care?
Well, that's the thing. You don't care.
I don't care.
Oh, my God.
Not at this point. I've done all the caring. I'm out of caring, Terry. My caring was ended when I wrote the check.
Yeah.
And now I can
well,
care
but you
less
don't
now.
care because you wrote a check.
Mhm.
But we don't
That's
know.
right.
We don't know which, if
Maybe
you can
that
take visitors
sounds.
or not.
I think the fact that you would even contemplate going to visit him is absurd. And the reality is, if you don't go to visit him, he'll be angry at you.
No, I know.
And he didn't even call you.
I wouldn't be angry.
But that's the way he thinks.
I don't hold
He's
grudges like
warped.
you do.
Now that they stapled down his stomach, they should do something to his warped brain.
You don't see how that's warped, gay at all?
That I didn't visit her, so she...
Or even call her.
You didn't even call her.
No, I
And you can't use the excuse, I didn't know that you were in the hospital.
And yet you would be angry at Terry for not visiting precious you.
I didn't say I would be angry.
You would have been if I didn't just go on this diatribe
I
now.
would be disappointed, but I understand.
How do you have a right to be disappointed if Terry doesn't go to visit you when you didn't even call her when she was there for 6 weeks?
And if she feels that, then I apologize. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Now that you realize how this all sounds, now that I spelled it all out,
not at
you
all.
have no choice but to not be mad at her, but you
spell
would
it
have
out
been
any
mad at
way
her
you
because you're a
want.
warped mind.
You can spell it out any way you want.
I'm not going to see you
Good.
because you're doing fine.
I am.
If you were maybe a couple of days away from what they called his last few days, I would go see him and give my best wishes, Terry.
Right.
But that's not the case.
He'll be up and running in no
He's
time.
He's fine. He's eating Jell-O,
Yeah.
and he's smiling in pictures with listeners.
Yeah.
All's well. Congratulations. I'm happy for that.
Thanks.
Don't think that I'm cutting into my day and stopping on the Capitol Hill Gay Hospital to see you.
Is your room full of flowers from all the listeners?
I've got the one bouquet for my mom.
The bouquet?
Wow, but you've had people visiting.
And I know he's going to be angry, and I don't care. He's going
operator came yesterday.
He's going to give that line of, it was easy for him to write a check because he makes money, but he could have come and visited me, but he's a bastard. And I could care less that he thinks
You
that.
know what?
I could care less.
You know what? If you don't come, it
I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
coming. What do you mean if I don't come? I'm not going.
Fine. You don't
I
have
hear
to.
you right now. You called in. You sound fine. I'm happy, as I said, about that. That's
Right.
it.
Arriba.
Mhm.
Give me an arriba.
Yes.
Did all your little chat buddy friends come see you that you call friends?
They don't know I'm in the hospital.
You want to answer that question?
There are people that would have come anyways.
You know, you make excuses for them not showing up. You make an excuse for your mom not showing up, but you'd be mad at us for not showing up. Screw you on that.
I didn't say I would be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, disappointed and mad kind of have a tendency. Yeah.
How come you're not disappointed that your mom moved to Eastern Washington right ahead of major surgery that you were having? Well, I don't blame her either. You haven't been very nice to her or any of your family. I can't believe your mom's even going to pick you up. I mean, your aunt's going to pick you up.
Your mom gave the money, too. Sold her house.
If I was your aunt, you'd be taking a cab home.
That's true. Great. Okay. Have a good day.
So the nicest ones to him take the most crap from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way his warped mind works.
That's not the case. That's not the case. If
Chris from the Cuff, who he worships.
So I don't have to bring them grief.
Chris from the Cuff, who he worships, hasn't called him in months, and he loves the hell out of that dude for whatever reason. Well, that's not your fault. That's just because you're in love with him. You can't help that.
You know, you can't go without, just bringing it to this level. Have a good day.
Oh,
Thank you. Bye.
Happy recovery.
Well, we've made it.
I think you got yourself out of visiting him today.
Yeah, I think you did.
Did you get the rest of us
done?
I think we're all done.
I had a need to get myself out of visiting him. I'm out. I'm not going. That's how I'm out.
All right.
Man.
What time are you going to be there, Hot Shot?
What time does it start?
Visiting hours are already underway.
Woo!
So you mean like from when?
From like...
Can't be there. Well, they do have pre-made sushi there at the old hospital.
Yeah, I do.
Well, if you go to visit him, give him my best.
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but I'll give it
Terry, we haven't gotten to any real true business that we need to attend to this morning. At 7 a.m., we're supposed to qualify someone for the trip to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
We got so sidetracked with such hardcore conversation, Terry, that we are way over the timeline.
Well, and I guess nobody qualifies today then, huh?
We have to qualify at least 2 people in this segment. In this here segment.
This one right
Yesterday
here?
we qualified 3 people, I think, in this segment. We qualified Bing, Bang, and Boom, right?
Oh, that's right. We have Snap, Crackle,
Oh, geez.
Crackle Pop today.
Say whatever you're into.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Hickory, Dickory, and Dock.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least frickin' frack this morning.
Okay.
In this segment, as far as it's concerned, I'll at least qualify 2 people. How does that sound? Let me read a couple of text pages here. 8:49 and 54 seconds. Somebody writes, "Tell Gay I'll pick him up at the hospital."
Sweet.
That's it?
Unsigned. 8:48
I
and
can't get a hold of him, sorry.
8:48 and 52 seconds. Terry's kids will grow up to be social retards, or in other words, like Stephen Kilbreth.
All right. Woo.
Hot
Like
Shot
that.
Rocks. Sign Juan, and Juan is spelled W-H-O-N. It's like the Asian version of Juan, Terry.
I'm
Sign-
a social retard.
Signed
That's great,
Juan.
Stephen, I love you.
Yeah, like wonton soup.
Mm-hmm. There was no H in wonton soup.
Yeah,
Anyway, 8:48 and 37 seconds. Anyway.
Wait, I want to call the person who said Steven's a social.
Yeah, I'd like
whatever.
to hear from that person as well.
Really?
Ready to fight today.
Anytime somebody calls Stephen a social retard, why not call him?
All right. I usually don't like to break into the
Flow.
Wow, we're not going to hear any more now.
What, do you want me to break the flow of text pages and call this person right now?
I don't mind.
Call Juan?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't one.
You can get your flow back. I mean,
I don't know.
sometimes
Once
you
the
have-
flow is gone.
Well, I think today's going to be a heavy flow day.
Look
so.
out.
I'll give you an injection of flow.
They had to make a whole movie about Stella getting her groove back. I don't know if I...
If you can.
I can take it for granted. I can just get my flow back.
Flow back.
Hustle flow. All right. If you guys need it, gotta give it to you. It's like an office number, 6500.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, they're texting from an office number.
Mm-hmm. Do I ask for Juan?
Yes.
I thought Juan was the one who said the Hot Shot rocks.
Well, that's the same text.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all one text. Terry's kids will grow up to be social retards.
Hello.
Oh, just- Juan?
How you doing, T-Man?
Yes, Juan. Apparently, they wanted an immediate call made to you based on, I think, the primary part of your text page was Stephen
Hotshot
being
Rock.
the
Oh.
social retard. Would you like to elaborate on that, please?
Well, being one myself.
Oh, all right. Don't weasel out now. We thought you were gonna.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
take
just
him
thinking.
We thought you were gonna go after Kelbreth here.
Well, kill breath. I mean, geez, I could spend all day on that guy.
We have all day.
Literally and figuratively.
It's more Terry that concerns me.
Oh. All right. Well, that's not exciting. Anyway.
Yeah. We do that plenty.
I can call anyone on text page.
Yeah, no
Everybody hates
joke.
Terry.
Thanks, Juan.
Everybody does.
It's easy.
8:48 and 37 seconds. T, here we go again. The fat, poor, woe is me, gay sympathy angle he's going with. All right. 8:48 and 6 seconds. Good morning, guys. I believe the firefighting hiring process is to blame in your story that you read earlier. Wow. What about the firefighters who were caught bringing the ruckus to a lamb?
Oh, I saw something about that.
Did we talk about that?
No,
I don't
but I
remember
think
that
there was
story.
a
I read
story
that.
about it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man, it's got to relax.
I guess so.
8:46 and 8 seconds. T-Man, your radio crack. I'm not productive at work until after your show is over. Well, that's... Sorry, Juan. T-Man, I have a MySpace like everyone else in this world, and I've discovered that anyone under 18 in their profile writes that their age is 99, so beware. Oh, thanks for breaking the code.
Yeah, no joke.
You see a lot of that. I'm 100 years old, or 99 years old,
Yeah.
99 left balloons. Why is that funny? 8:33
Left balloons.
and 37 seconds. He said, skipping over a bunch of text pages that didn't make the cut.
Ooh, bummer.
I don't think everyone can tell someone's age like you claim you can, Terry Free.
I said I did.
You must have a special gift, is what they're saying.
Said I'm a little bit closer than you because I'm around it more often.
People
don't hear the whole
no,
statement.
they don't. They only want to hear
what
they
they're
want.
told, what they're spoon-fed.
Right.
And then
That's right.
also regarding that firefighter,
Stephen.
that firefighter in Spokane conversation we were having at 8:27 and 22 seconds. Somebody writes, "Everyone, will you please get over it? This story is taking up way too much time on the air today, and time on your show, T-Man, is precious."
Whoa! All right.
Yeah, it's so precious. We got so many more important things to do around here. We shouldn't be focusing too long on this story about the firefighter, Terry.
Okay.
We got to play You Call Us, Shut Your Crap. What else? What do we be doing? What do we do? The time is so precious around here.
Well, later I'm going to play Jingle Bells on the buzzer.
Can't wait for that.
I'm warming up.
And we're just cutting into that time, I understand.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting that people have come to the conclusion the time on this show is so precious.
Yeah.
8:26 and 37 seconds. Somebody writes, the 16-year-old girl just wanted to see how big the firefighter's hose was. Signed, Butters. Now, that's interesting, Terry.
Wow.
Because the other day, it came to my attention that this text pager that calls himself Butters is Karen B. Wild's boyfriend.
Karen B. Wild.
Right.
And Karen B. Wild was very upset that her boyfriend is texting us. Not because she's embarrassed that he listens to this show, which I thought was the ordinary, would be the logical conclusion.
Right.
But more because she feels he embarrasses her by some of the things he texts. Because a lot of people know that Karen Wild's boyfriend's name is Butters.
Yes.
Or his nickname is Butters.
Right.
And we talked about his name on the air the other day, and we mentioned that that's her boyfriend. So she got all up and attacked him and made it clear to him. Yeah, I saw how angry she was walking around the office the other day.
Really?
I would have thought that he would have heeded her warning seriously, and that was the last text page we were going to ever get from Butters.
Know who runs that relationship?
But apparently,
no joke.
he could care less about the way she feels.
2 middle fingers in the air to her.
And if he has something to text to us,
he will do it.
I mean, I'm assuming this is the same Butters.
Call him back.
Well, how many can there be?
Pasties. A pasty.
Yes, sir.
Butters. Pasties. Is this the same guy? The same phone number? Or what?
I cannot. What time was this one today?
8:26 and 37
26?
seconds.
Okay.
Somebody writes. Butters writes.
If that's
'Cause
Butters.
I know the look. I know the look of his. Actually, you know what? He usually does all caps.
Well, what's his phone number? Do you know?
I
his
have no
number?
idea.
You could look up his history of text pages and see if he
I can do
wrote
that.
the
I
other
can
day.
do that. 26,
Yeah, maybe he
26.
Yeah,
26.
people should be aware of that. When you write a text page, we could then, if we so choose, go back through the annals of time and see all the other text pages you wrote. Now, I don't know why we choose to do that, but in this case, it comes in very handy.
So if you write like Hot Shot Rocks and then Hot Shot's a dickhead a week later, I know you don't mean it.
Oh, jeez.
Because you at one point wrote Hot Shot Rocks.
Oh, jeez.
Right, because that one was first.
That's why I look. They didn't
Exactly.
really mean it.
So if anyone writes Hot Shot's a dickhead, you want to make sure that they really loved you first?
That's right.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
At least at some point.
what do you got, Pastela? same Butters or no?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Why can't we just call him?
guess.
Yeah, who else is gonna? I mean,
He's covering. Butters.
Call him Butters.
Butters.
What a great name.
That must be
It's
an
like my
interesting lovemaking. Oh, Butters.
My favorite product.
Karen was steaming so much around the office, I can't believe that was just for us to see, and she didn't make it clear to him not to text page us anymore.
She doesn't need him. There's plenty of men she could control.
Oh, jeez.
Hello?
Hey, Butters.
Hello?
Hey, dude. It's T-Man. We got your text page.
Oh, what's going on?
And I'm fascinated by your text page because what I saw around the office, I don't know if you were just listening. Were you just listening?
Yeah, I was.
Your girlfriend. Is it fair to call her your girlfriend?
Yeah, well, she's been getting real pissy about that.
Wow. Karen Pissy Wild.
So why, knowing that your girlfriend's getting pissy about your text paging, why wouldn't you, like, at least slow down or take a time out on your text paging? Why would you just shove it in her face and keep text paging? Why? Do you not have any respect for her tirades?
I didn't say anything wrong, so I figured there's no why stop.
It seemed to me like
what was
she
the
wanted...
last text that she got so upset about?
Well,
Butters.
There was something...
Wild's a dickhead.
No, it's because you wanted to see the pictures of the naked chick.
Oh!
Yeah, I told Vinny to send me a sidekick picture. Then it just
Oh, yeah, we were taking a picture of that naked woman in the studio the other day. And Butters wrote to us...
Who's got a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend who works here in this studio here, Terry.
Yes.
Or works in the station. He wrote to us that he was really dying to say the naked pictures of...
I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that.
That's what it came out as. You know what you were feeling when you wrote that text page. Oh, man, the point you sent it to me.
Right.
And Karen was embarrassed by that. And she was not, like, jokingly embarrassed. She wasn't, like, half laughing and half kind of upset. She was
so funny.
She was pissed.
Was she?
And she made it clear, like, at that moment, she was texting him or calling him to let him know that she was pissed off, and she was yelling and screaming about it.
Oh.
And then here he is, text paging a day later, 2 days later.
She's going to go wild today.
Wild.
And he's laughing in her face.
Oh, yeah.
Ha, 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 Karen.
Butters run stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Well, let me see if I'm mistaken. Let me see if it's if it was made clear that he's not supposed to be text paging this show anymore. Let me call Karen B. Wild, Terry, see if we can find her.
Okay. Love is in the air.
Because apparently he does not take what she says seriously.
Oh, obviously not.
And if you're a girlfriend, Terry,
Yeah.
of a boy out there,
Sure.
I'm sure you are of many, don't you like to be taken seriously? Is that
Absolutely.
the least you should ask for in a relationship?
Sure. A little respect.
Karen, I'm
I bet she's in the office.
probably
Have
the
her
Call the front
page.
desk.
Vinny will find her.
She's on this floor. I can go check and see if she's...
You can see if she's down the hall.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get her page first.
Okay, why don't we do that?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, no,
God, Boo, nice.
Vinny,
I have caller ID, that's fine.
Vinny, let me ask you this.
What's going on?
You know, just doing some front desk action.
Wait, am I still on air or not? Because I'm hearing like 8 people at once.
Yeah, Butters, you're still on the air.
Ah, Chief is.
Oh, Vinny, what's going on?
Butters, let us take it from here.
Shut up.
Oh, geez. We'll get back to you when we need a comment from you, but right now we're just trying to track down your girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
So she thinks she is.
Oh, boy, I don't know if I want to help in this.
But she's a girlfriend, Terry, that you would think would have earned a bit of respect, being that she works hard, she's done
Music
well.
Director of the Year.
What did you do?
She was Music Director of the Year.
Yeah, and they've been together for a while.
I mean,
not a short minute.
You're Music Director of the Year at a young age, and you can't even get your boyfriend to listen to your menial requests?
Yeah. Nice respect issues here.
So, Butters, you and Vinny the Pooh are friends?
Yeah.
And Vinny, when you got...
He's one of my aces.
Vinny, when you... Oh, jeez. Easy now, Terry. Nobody said that yet. When you got the text page from Butters earlier this week asking for the naked pictures of the lady who was laid out on the morning show couch here, did you respond in kind and send him those pictures?
Well, he sent him to the 97373. I mean, but if he'd have sent him to me personally, oh yeah, I'd have sent him.
Mm-hmm. Now, you saw, like I saw, how pissed off his girlfriend was, that being Karen B. Wild, when that text page rolled in here, right?
I did.
So it's not me trumping up the situation. I'm not underscoring. I'm not overblowing. Oh, just how mad she was, right?
No, I mean, personally, I don't see why.
I don't know why she was that mad either. I don't know why she was so mad.
She got that mad, but
she was that mad.
It's embarrassing to her.
It is embarrassing.
I didn't think she should necessarily have gotten that mad. I thought she was overblowing it. I thought there's nothing wrong with a guy who's committed in a relationship. You can still see a naked picture of a girl out of curiosity.
All right.
But she was getting all bent out of shape.
Well,
It's not like he's having sex with little girls in fire departments.
Whoa,
it's not like it's not like he's having sex with little girls in fire departments. He's not a fireman. Anyhow.
So he doesn't have access to that.
Vinny, can you see if you can find Karen B. Wild somewhere in the studio in the building here?
She might be in the building. You want me to transfer? You want me to track her down? Or what do you want me to do?
I would like a nice all-company text or voice, what do you call that? Page, PA announcement.
All right, hold on. I got to go to another phone, so hold on. Is there any special way you want me to call her? Just be like Karen B. Wild?
I would like you to say with the very overdone, overexcited, too sensitive girlfriend known as Karen B. Wild, please answer the outside line.
You think he's going to remember all of that?
No, absolutely not.
All right, and then just say Karen B. Wild.
Karen B. Wild to the front desk?
Well, I don't know.
Hopefully she's not upstairs because she won't hear it if she is.
Well, I can page upstairs, too.
Why don't you run top speed as only you can do down the hall and see if she is in the little music whatever room they have down there.
Her office?
Is that what they call it?
You want to wait for him to come back?
I mean, she's a woman with an office, Terry.
Yes, she is.
And she can't even get her boyfriend to take her seriously.
I know.
She's got an office.
I'm trying to figure out whose side you're on. Are you picking a side? Or
She's got awards in that office.
She does.
No, here's my take on this. A, she shouldn't have gotten as mad as she did, but because she did, her boyfriend, if he had true respect for her and didn't just laugh her off, wouldn't have sent us a text page a day or two later after she was as wound up as she was about it.
He would have been smart and just laid low for a minute.
This time, what did it say?
His text page was completely harmless this time, but the point was.
It was harmless last time?
To me, it was harmless last time.
But to her, it wasn't. It was embarrassing.
But because it wasn't to her, and because she got so overdone with her outrage, you would think that she at least is entitled to a little bit of
downtime there, huh?
Of a little bit of respect from her boyfriend. But hey,
does she want him to be like totally disconnected from the program because of their connection, or like what? I don't.
She made it clear that she's not comfortable with him texting the show, and he laughed it off and texts away.
Maybe we can ask her.
Yeah, let's ask her.
Maybe you can find her.
I didn't.
You didn't find her,
she's probably down there.
No, not upstairs.
But you're out of breath, aren't you?
Yeah.
Was her office closed?
Now,
it was locked. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Butters. When a woman's in an unnecessary tirade like she was, it's hard to take women seriously like that.
Yeah.
Especially because they're just women.
Jeez.
Women are
Hold on, you guys.
They're insecure creatures by nature, Terry.
Oh, my God. Oh, and men never are.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yes, and men are very important people. But the bottom line is, once you settle that all out in your mind, once you work that through, even though it's clear that she's overboard, if you are going to be respectful of your girlfriend, you have to take her seriously, even though you know it's a joke. It's a joke to have to take her seriously, but she's my girlfriend, and I kind of like her, so I'll do my best to make this one happen for her. Not that big a deal. I'll just stop text paging the T-Man in the morning show.
At least for a moment in time.
What if he was a fan before he met her, though? Like, what if he was a fan of the show and, like, it's
Vinny,
find Karen yet, or what?
Let's find Karen first before you start asking all these questions, Vinny.
The texts were harmless from the get-go.
Well, we understand that.
You might be the music director, but you're not the Butters director.
Yeah, we understand that. Did you find her yet, Vin?
I thought I was waiting for Steven to come back.
Steven's back, and they couldn't find her. So you want to try to page her?
I'll page on this floor. Hold on, one moment.
All right. In the meantime, I'll try to call her again on her cell phone.
Okay.
I don't have any open lines. Both hotlines are tied up, and every phone line is tied up. And oh, jeez. She can just pick up a line. What'd I do with her number?
He wants to hear it.
What'd I do with her phone number? Oh, there it is.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we heard it. We heard it. Well done.
Okay.
It's getting a little chaotic. Just bear with me.
Hi, you've reached Karen.
now her phone's off.
Whoa, she is hot.
I know. I talked to her online about 15 minutes ago about like a work-related question.
So she is out there and accessible, is what you're saying?
Somewhere.
Well, we don't doubt that, because a minute ago her phone was ringing, and now it's going straight to voicemail.
She is sideways.
Butters, are you getting any texts right now from your girlfriend by chance?
Hold on, let me check.
I bet you she is texting up a storm.
He didn't even think to check.
I'm not.
Okay.
She took her phone, shut it off.
Butters, does it bother you at all? Does it move you at all? Does it faze you at all? Does it touch you at all that she is sideways over this, that she's bent out of shape, whether it's justified or not? Does it affect you at all, Butters?
It does, but I mean, at the same time, the texts were seriously harmless to her. There should be no issue.
And even though we all agree on that,
yeah,
and even though she probably knows deep in her heart of hearts that that's the case, the fact that that still is not enough to get her to use her rational mind, and she's being irrational still, do you heed her stern calling to you to stop texting? Do you take it seriously or no?
Well, I'll talk to her later and find out.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't.
Because all I can tell you is, I saw it as angry at Karen as I've ever seen her.
Yeah, it was surprising, actually.
I've never seen Karen Wilde more angry in my life.
Right.
And I don't know why she chose this moment to get so angry, but she chose it. Wow. And the fact that Butters, her boyfriend, is acting so casual, so cavalier, so non-affected
Right.
by what I saw and what he must have seen is fascinating.
He just threw more lighter fluid on the little fire that was getting ready to go out.
Let me ask you this, Butters.
I don't even think it should have been a spark to be a fire.
And that's all true, but it was.
Vinny.
That's not the point.
No, that's not the point.
The point
Vinny.
is that for whatever reason, she was as bent out of shape as we're describing.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
Maybe he's looking for a way out.
let me ask you this, Butters. Let's say she says to you later today, she says to you, don't you ever text Paige that T-Man in the Morning Show because it just leads to embarrassment on my behalf. Are you going to listen to her?
I think I'm about to take her up on that one.
Wow.
Depending on how mad she is.
Butters.
She is the Butters director.
You're a disgrace to all men.
I'm a nice guy.
But if you were so nice, then you would have heeded the first warning.
Oh, you know,
We're not talking
I
about.
check my limits.
No, we're not talking about nice. We're not talking about non-nice. We're talking about whether or not you are
Respectful?
No, it's not about respect, Terry.
Okay.
It's about, as I pointed out, she's being unnecessarily bent out of shape for whatever reason. And to just succumb to her ruling on this is just adding to the pussification of men, Terry.
So Butters kind of a pussy there, is what you're saying.
I don't know Butters, Terry. I don't know how to describe him. I just know based on my question to him, if he has to sit in the corner and not text Paige, even though he's dying to text Paige some comments that he has on the show, Terry.
Can you see him in the corner trying?
That'd be a damn shame.
I want
all
That
my
his-
text stations really aren't saying anything that bad.
I think they are. I think they're vital to the program.
That's not the point, Butters. You're missing the point.
Yeah, but I'm not making her embarrassed in any way.
Butters?
But she is embarrassed.
What you basically
Hold on, you guys.
What you basically just told me in a matter of speaking, Butters, is that she owns you.
Whoa.
You are
Funny
possession.
guy. You're funny.
Are you her possession, Butters?
What's that?
Are you her possession?
No,
Who runs stuff in your relationship?
I do.
Let it be put on the record.
that's how you do
How
it.
do you like me now?
He could have said it's 50-50.
Right, he could have.
And T-Man, at times when she's completely going into a rant for no reason, I am a guy who picks my spots as far as my fights.
Sure.
And I think you're wrong in calling me part of the problem when it comes to the pussification of men. I'm just a guy who, when his girlfriend gets all worked up for no reason, like a lot of men have to deal with, you pick your spots and you give her this one. He didn't say that, Terry.
No, he didn't.
That's like my wife trying to pull the, can't drink booze in the morning routine. Come on.
Should have known you.
Jeez.
You're a man who likes to have his booze in the morning. You're going to booze it in the morning.
Back off, lady.
You hear that, Butters? Back off, lady.
God, I want to be a fly on the wall with this argument.
Are you
Jeez.
ever capable of telling her to back off, lady?
I think he has with the text today.
Yeah, if you smoke crack, you're a crackhead all of a sudden. Jeez.
Butters.
Yeah.
I look forward to your next text page.
You'll do what?
I look forward to your next text page.
All right, if you guys got a good topic, then you'll be hearing from me.
Okay, well, heaven knows,
Obviously, every day we've had a good topic.
heaven knows it may be a while for that one, Terry.
Oh, no, not for Butters, because, damn it, he wears the pants.
Yeah, he runs things. That's
He
cool.
runs
Good for
stuff.
him.
Who runs stuff? I run stuff.
Yeah, you said it.
Oh, don't worry. I won't text Paige anymore, dear.
Yeah.
Well, they just haven't been funny. I haven't had anything to say.
You know what I think?
What?
I think we got 90% of the anger that Karen Wilde felt on that morning, and Butters didn't really get much of it.
Why you guys? Or why us?
Because we were here.
Oh, jeez.
So she didn't even tell him, maybe? Yeah.
She lashed out. She wanted to lash out at Butters. Maybe she couldn't get a hold of him. And, you know, sometimes by the time you actually get a hold of the person you're really angry at, you're not angry anymore.
Right.
You realize it was silly.
I don't know if she realized it was silly.
Can't get
She
hold of
won't
her.
even answer the phone.
She's really hot now, though. I mean,
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
guarantee she is.
Oh, she's got an angry side to her, Terry, that rarely comes out.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
But I saw it for the first time, and it was
cool.
scary.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Vegas.
Steven thought it was school.
Yeah,
I thought
I
it was
liked it.
scary.
Keep that angry side of you there.
See your face?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't angry at me. That was good.
It wasn't angry at me either, and I was scared. Scared.
Oh,
Take
goodness.
cover.
All right, I promised to qualify at least 2 people.
You did, frickin' frack.
Okay. That just means in the next segment, Terry, in our last segment of the program,
Yes.
we qualify 3 people.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
We also got to pick. Oh, geez, we got to pick a winner. Oh, we got a lot of stuff.
I love you too. Now I'm dreaming with you tonight till tomorrow.
I will pot the song down, not because of the Fakakta song. I love this song. I love this artist.
He called it a fakakta
He called it a Fakakta song. I said,
And a fraud.
she's not a fraud, and
He
she
called her
is.
one.
She was and still is a gift to all the world. And we miss her every day, Selena. Yes, we do.
Here's my
However, I do want to talk about what's going on around here now because it's ridiculous.
Oh, boy.
Beyond
Oh,
absurd.
jeez. God, really?
I walked by Eric Flowers' office, and there's a steaming Karen Wilde on the phone, apparently, with him, saying how she's basically not coming into work today because she's all worked up over what's
What?
going on here.
Wow.
No work.
Which is
today.
I mean, what the hell are we doing here? Are we talking all serious? Is it that serious, Terry? I mean, everything is just a little bit of seriousness, a lot of joking, and she's all bent out of shape. She's not coming into work.
We're just giving a little,
He's on the phone with her. Well, how about you just cool out for a little while and then come in when you're ready?
Come on.
I'm like, what are you even talking to her like that for? Get her ass here. She's got to work.
Can't let, personal things affect your work
she's
life.
mad at me? Why? What did I do? Did I text Paige myself as her boyfriend?
No.
If I did that, maybe I'm to blame. What did I do? I just saw how pissed she was, visibly pissed. If she was so not wanting to talk about it, why was she so visibly pissed in front of me the other day, talking about what happened? Leave me alone.
We're like this ongoing circle of fire, and if somebody steps into the fire, it's not our fault. We're here regardless.
Right.
Yeah, she should have known that, though, that you were going to talk about it.
That's so
And now she's all screaming on the phone to Flowers when she wouldn't even come on the air with us. When she wouldn't come on the air with us, I was shocked. And then hearing during the break she's on the phone with Flowers, even more shocking.
Yeah, I am surprised that she's this upset.
What the hell is this? Doesn't she know how it...
Doesn't strike me as her personality,
Yeah,
though.
I never even thought that
Well,
she
apparently
had.
it is.
Wow,
We just never
guess
knew
so.
it.
I never would have guessed.
The things that you learn about people you work with over time.
Maybe she really is wild.
But she better not be mad at me. She better get over that quick, because that's not going to work around here. I'll tell you that right now. She's mad at me. She better let that go ASAP.
You know what happens to the people who are mad at you?
Oh,
Out the door.
I'm not going to tolerate it. I didn't do a damn thing.
Look to your
Yeah,
boyfriend
we
for
do
that.
plenty of things for people to get mad
I
at
don't,
us.
I
This
don't
isn't one of
think
them.
she shouldn't be mad at her boyfriend. She shouldn't be mad at me. She should just not be mad, period. I don't know why she's reacting the way she is.
Just laugh it off.
Laugh it off. It's not that serious. Don't make it all serious.
Right.
Karen Wilde.
Wild.
Imagine if, he were to cheat on her or something.
It's
Imagine
not like
that.
he cheated on her. We're sitting here talking about, that would be a great moment.
Yeah.
That would be serious.
Yeah, that
this
would
isn't
be
serious.
absolutely. You're right.
Let's see if he texts Paige again.
Karen's got to what's your sleeve.
He did. I can't believe this, too.
I am surprised.
I thought we did jokes and stuff around here. Apparently we don't.
Why is she so sensitive over this? It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Has she had many boyfriends in her life? Is this all new to her? Is that why it's all...
I think so, because they've been together for a long period of time.
How long?
I mean, almost a year.
Wow.
So they've been together so I think that this is something pretty serious for her.
All right, fine, but has she had a lot of serious boyfriends?
No,
Probably not.
no,
She wouldn't
she's
be acting like this. She's acting like this is a
dated
big
and stuff.
deal.
Right. No, but
Lord,
serious
let the dude text Paige and don't make a big deal out of it. And if you want to make a big deal out of it, don't bring it to our attention. Then if you bring it to our attention, don't get all bent out of shape because we talk about it.
Yeah, do it behind
Don't
closed
get
doors.
mad at me.
I can see, she gets mad. I mean, Amy knows better than to, page Karen when she's on the air.
Or this show, or any show.
Actually, I was joking, but
yeah, I got it. But I didn't.
Yeah,
Some people don't. I mean, stay away. Didn't the other kids tell you not to come here?
Oh, jeez.
Go back.
If you walk in the lion's den, expect to see the lion. I don't know what that means. Anyhow.
Oh, we got to pick a qualifier and a winner.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
All right, pick a winner, Terry. Just put it up on Pacey's desk. We'll call them back. As far as qualifiers, the first three. How about that?
Snap, crackle, pop?
Mm-hmm. Who's this? Who's this? Who are you? Speak.
Ben.
Who?
Ben.
Ben, you're a qualifier, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. It's very excited.
People don't
too bad.
Make noises these days. Who are you?
And this is?
Sarah,
You're a qualifier.
thank you very much.
Sounds like Ben. And this is?
Hello,
Yes.
Kayla.
You're a qualifier, Kayla.
Thank you.
Yes. I don't like any of those thank yous, Terry.
Right.
So although they're qualifiers, they don't get the extra benefits of being qualified on the Team Man in the Morning Show.
No bonus benefits.
And maybe because I'm just in a kind of like wrinkled mood, if you will, Terry.
Yeah.
Karen Wilde, I allowed her to wrinkle the outfit of my world.
What?
Because I'm just shocked at how she's behaving, Terry.
Jeez.
She's acting like she's mad at me, and she's going to flowers like that's going to help her.
What is that?
You better do something about him. What is he going to do?
So then she's hoping that Flowers comes to you and has a sit down with you?
That's what it seems like she's expecting.
Now look. What's he going to say to you?
You better lay off Karen Wilde.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she's really not happy, so if you could just kind of back off a little bit.
That always works.
Yeah. Works great with you.
That's how I respond.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, that's where we stand right now, Terry.
Oh, goody.
And that's the beauty of my life in the show.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
And always in a perfect time to mention.
Yes.
Because he's been bugging me about it all week. Since we're talking about people around the station.
Yeah.
A Dirty Harry wants us to point out, and he's on the hotline right now, trying to make sure I don't forget to point out that they have a sticker stop at the Puyallup area
At
today.
South Hill Mall.
At the South Hill Mall.
4 to 7 p.m.
Because Harris knows that he would not be interested in doing a sticker stop if there weren't going to be hot girls stopping by.
Yeah.
So he thinks this is his best shot for there to be hot women at the sticker stop.
That's right.
Stopping in. Isn't that your true motivation, Dirty Harry?
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys hitting it.
At least he admits it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the T-Man show hitting it, we probably wouldn't have hopefully 1,000 plus out there today.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's going to
Big
be
numbers.
raining, so you'll be lucky if you have 10 people. But anyway, what time is the sticker stop? At least he's admitting he wants to have his best shot at having some Puyallup hot women stop by, if that's not an oxymoron.
Yeah.
And actually, I like the Puyallup women. And what time are you expecting them to arrive?
T-Man, they need to be out there today from 4 to 7. We've got a $2,000 TV we're giving away. And the No Limit models will be there sitting on your lap, taking pictures with you, maybe even
Sitting
giving
on
you a
your lap?
kiss.
Wow, the kiss.
I can
That's
get past the moment with you. But I understand Vinny the Pooh is also, he's going to be on site, DJing, mixing, and it's
all right.
going to be raining, so he'll be under that tent that gathers all the water and then starts dripping down his shirt, Terry. It's a perfect situation.
T-Man, will you stop by or no?
No.
Okay.
But I'll be there in spirit.
All right.
All right, and my thoughts will be with you.
Thank you for hitting
Thoughts
it.
are with a lot of people today.
Now, why would you even think for a suspended second that I would stop by?
Well, everybody, hey, whenever I'm out at mall, whenever Powers and I last week were in Northgate Mall, every question that people asked us, what does T-Man look like? How can we meet
Well,
T-Man?
the pictures are on MySpace, so I don't know why those questions are still coming.
And the
over.
link is on
Eric's like, I got the secret. You'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come to my house.
All right, listen.
I've got pictures of him galore at my pad.
The point
In my
is,
bedroom.
all that matters is that you'll be there at the Puyallup, at the South Hill Mall in Puyallup.
Yes, Dirty Harry, Eric Powers will be broadcasting
Eric
live. 4 to 7.
Flowers broadcasting live. If that doesn't get you excited, nothing will. And Vinny the Pooh will be there mixing on site.
Mixy mix.
What part of the parking lot are you going to be in?
Right there, smack in front. You can't mess with it. Papa John's is actually going to be giving away some free pizza.
Wow,
Okay,
but it's
so-
powered by Mountain Dew, right, or something like that?
Free pizza, the No Limit Girls, Dirty Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, free pizza. If you can withstand the unwanted leering from Harris, pizza might be worth it.
And it's Jordan Best.
Now,
so the guys who show up get the No Limit Girls, the girls get Harris.
what part of the mall is that? You going to be in front of Papa John's?
No. Papa John's is just providing some pizza. We'll be right in front of the mall. You can't miss it.
Well, the mall is big, isn't
It's
it?
like one main entrance.
Yeah, one main entrance.
One main entrance.
By Big Five.
Okay.
There you
Target,
go.
right?
Then there it is.
Yes.
Everyone who's going home in that area from work today, make sure you stop by the South Hill Mall for a couple of minutes at least to see what's going on there. Rain or no rain.
Right.
Get a sticker and win. Somebody's going to win something big.
Giant
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
$2,000 TV.
How big a TV?
It's about a 26-inch HD plasma.
HD plasma. Not bad.
nice.
Not bad. It's a great bedroom
sweet
TV.
deal, yeah.
It's a perfect TV for your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Better show up.
There it is. And it will be given away. It's not some, like, qualify and we'll give it away a month from now.
No, somebody will walk away with a brand new TV to watch a nice movie with their loved one tonight in their bedroom.
Okay.
Do they have to be present to win?
Weird guy.
He's got it all figured out.
I know.
It's like reading stuff.
What's that now, Harris?
Do they have to be present to win?
I didn't hear the question.
Do they have to be present? Do they have to be on site at the time you give away the plasma to win?
Absolutely. You got to be there at
So
4
they got to
o'clock.
stay there the
You're not
whole
giving it away
time?
at
You're
4.
not giving it away at 4.
No. We're not giving away at 4, but show up at 4, and we're there from 4 to 7. By 7 o'clock, somebody will walk away with a brand new HD plasma
Oh,
TV.
geez, we got that part.
Okay.
But does that mean you're giving
What does
it
the
away
next card say?
at 6:59 or what?
Oh, you know
Yes.
what? Whenever we feel the time is right, somebody will get that TV.
That's 6:59.
So 6:59,
All right.
show
So
up.
if you show up by 6:58, you can qualify and find out if you win at 6:59, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay.
God.
There it is.
And what kind of TV again?
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
And talk to that Karen Wild and tell her to chill.
Karen Wild. Chill.
All right?
Thank you for hitting it.
All right.
Yeah, hitting it.
Using radio terms.
God, you hit it good.
Thanks for hitting our big appearance today. Did we ever get the pole built in the studio where we could just slide down to the parking garage after the show? That's still here, right?
You park in the garage?
What are you afraid of today?
I don't know. Everybody here saying weird stuff about me and my loved ones.
Jeez.